Hey everyone, welcome to Fourever Rivals. It's good to see the full team here. I'm glad you decided to show up, Mark, and be part of the show this week. Well done, mate. Well done. Everyone give Mark a clap for making a fucking effort. Well done.
So you boys, good evening. Can you all hear me quite clearly?
We'll start with you.
You're looking good, mate. You're looking
clearly.
good.
My apologies for last week. You know, some technical difficulties obviously last week, but you know the show went on without me, and it was good to see. But my apologies. But hopefully everything goes well tonight. I have got a bit of a backup just in case, but at this stage, things are going well.
Have you got a backup? Is that a bit like when Essendon had the peptides for a backup?
Oh, yeah, the supplementary players. Oh, yeah.
What about you, Magpie Manny? You look a bit low there. What's going on, mate? Your camera's a bit up there, but let's put it down so we can see your big...
A little bit low? What do you mean by low?
Oh, no, it's all right. You're a bit... That's it.
Is that better?
Yeah, well, I'm not really, because now I can see more of you, so it's not really better, but it looks good on camera. So how you going, Magpie Manny?
Yeah, good. It's exciting. We're still we're plotting along. We're doing okay. The geriatrics are doing okay. So yeah, happy days at the moment. Happy days.
Are you talking about you?
Talking about me, I'm talking about my team, I'm talking about everybody. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's just a number. Age is just a number these days.
I don't know if you can call your team when you don't go to any games, don't buy membership, and don't do anything but come on Fourever Rivals. How are you, Liam?
Mate, I'm full of beans tonight, mate. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's the protein shake. I don't know, but we're feeling good. We're feeling good, despite the result.
I just think you're getting used to getting reamed every week now, so you're just starting to feel good about yourself, yeah?
No, mate. I think I'm a star. I'm not too concerned what you guys say. I sent that little thing in the chat with what old Chat GPT thinks of us. That was funny as well.
Hey, listen. Yeah, we've got some more ready. It's full. Let's have a look at some of it. We got our new favourite comment. Oh, look who he's got. He's got Manny as a picture. Gunners is on there, mate. How are you, Gunners, mate? I'm telling you, when they start putting you on their picture, man, you've made it. Lone Wolf, how are you, mate?
It's a bit of a worry.
Lone Wolf, Jay, and our favourite Greek. Our favourite Greek there. Are you still? He's asking you a question, Manny. You're still on to watch Madrid and Arsenal together, mate? Are you still up for that?
Well, I think that's tomorrow morning, if I'm not mistaken. So
I don't know. I'm just saying. That's what he said. We've got Oz. Oz is always. He was there at the big event at Sporting Globe we had. So how you going? He'll come to yours, man. So that's fine, man. If you're going to get up, he'll come to yours, man. Enzo, how are you? There's so many people here. Pinball Pete. We got this. We got also got here. I just saw another one here. Wait a sec, guys. Oh, here. So this is he's a wrestling fan. So you got here. So hello, Rocker and Rivals. Thanks for the $20 voucher. Yep, no worries. And Mar says he'll fix that up because he's got your details or something. So you'll get that. You got Peter there, mate. Everyone's in there. So got Lou, Galigio. Look at this, mate. This is superb, man. And of course we got Sebo. He's coming on later. Icebreaker. Look at this. Look at that handsome bloke over there, mate. My God. We've got Veronica Little. Pies are travelling well. We've got a pie supporter on there. Well done. We got Bo. Seba, Park. Now, Bo was on the couch last night, and he was a star, man. So welcome to Bo. Mate, he's a new star of the show. We got Judd. Mate, there's a lot of one of our favourites. Hey, rat poison.
He's not dead.
With the comments. Sammy, blue bagger. Oh, yeah, but you had to go to the toilet last week. Marco. We caught everything you did.
Mate.
So we had a really good time last week. That was a good. So we turned to have some fun here. Can I just say, Marco, you brought up one of the lines of the century, right? So I think I'm going to be using this for the rest of my life now because the old one I can't use anymore. We have to use this. Does everyone want to see what the line of the week was? Let's go, Mark. You're a star, man. Let's have a look at it.
I think you hit the word on the nail, mate. Football. It's about football. You love football. You know,
you hit the word on the nail. That's the word. That's the comment of the week.
You love it. That's the key.
We got it now. That's the new word on the nail, mate. I'm telling you, every time
word on the nail.
It's the word on the nail, mate. We got the word on the nail. So you're a star, man. I think we need more of that.
Again, my apologies for that. It should have been hit the nail on its head. But, hit the word on the nail. Hit the word.
We need that goal. Don't apologise. We need more of that.
We used to have the beautiful good old once upon a time we had the mannerisms. Now we've got the markism.
Yeah, the markism. The word on the nail today.
That was on last year's show, Benny.
Oh boy.
Oh, and are you going to Manny,
you hit
are
the
you
word
going to have
on
another outburst on Scotty again tonight? Because you got a little bit upset last week, Manny. We could see it. You actually got upset last week. Like we saw the rage come out, Manny.
No rage. I think it's I would call that banter. I mean, at the end of the day, if Scotty wants to sit there and throw his little 5 cents here and there, it's called banter. Welcome to the Fourever Rivals, the show that has the banter. Let me tell you that right now, there's 4 of us, 4 ugly blokes doing this every week, and people might think out there that we put an act, but I can tell you right now, I dislike Rocco, and he knows once we're in front of the public, we start to sort of behave and do the right thing with it, but we don't like each other. And it's the way it goes.
Absolutely. And Manny, we work together, and I seriously think you're an idiot, mate. And to tell you the truth, like it's just bearable just to keep, like I just can't bear just keeping you on the show. But you know what? The public has spoken. They said that they want you on here, so I'll keep you. But Manny talks tough like that, but when he sees me out in public, he grovels like a little kid to me. Oh, please don't let me go. Please don't let me go. So I don't believe everything he says because he's just a groveling little girl at times.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Wow. Here we go, mate. He's flexing more, match.
Who was that famous boxer you say that?
Anytime you're ready, Manny. Anytime you're fucking ready, mate. I'm ready to take you on any time, brother. Any fucking time, mate. And I'll do it with one glove. I'll do it with one glove.
Are you throwing live on TV?
Mate, I'll jump in the ring any time with you, man. I swear to God, I will jump because your head will be so hard to miss.
Hey, don't swear at me. Okay, I just heard you say. You did. You said, I swear to God.
I'll do whatever I want.
You said, I swear to God, don't swear at me.
Yeah, you laugh.
Anyway.
He's
a warming up.
What we got here? Is that Jeff Fennick? Jeff Fennick. I love you all. I love our audience is
I like it. Good
now,
spot.
Enzo said, do you guys what did he say here? Sorry. Do you guys love Mark? Yeah, of course we love Mark. We love him because he brings things like hit the word on the nail. We gotta love that shit, man. We gotta love that shit, man. Another thing, you don't talk about my Scotty Tompkins because I will punch you in the back of the head. But happy birthday, Scotty Tompkins. On Monday was his birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Scotty.
Happy birthday, Scotty.
Scotty, happy birthday.
Yeah, we did acknowledge Bo. We did acknowledge Bo. Bo again was on last night. Thanks for coming on to the show. It was really great. Thanks for this. Well, we're going to get to some topics now, but thanks to Sporting Globe, man. They're a great sponsor. On Saturday, we had a great day at the Sporting Globe in Northlands. We had nearly 70 people there. Watched the game. We ate, we drank, and it was like superb, man. So thanks to Sporting Globe. There's another one in 3 weeks' time. Links in the bio. You can look down. And yeah, you can get your free tickets. And as I said, it was a really, really good day. So thanks for everyone who came, and thanks for the Sporting Globe, and thanks to you guys. What else have we got here? I need someone to moderate the chat, because there's that much chat coming through. Great to see Mark paid his internet bill today. Yeah, that's black and white. Hopefully he gets on. Hey, Black and White, a bit later, come on so you can help Manny dissect your game and talk about the next one. And anyone else, I'll tell anyone else, like when we do the games, if you're from another side and you want to come on, and while we're doing our tips and that, you want to give us a bit of info on the game ahead. For example, Hawker, man, come on, and yeah, we'll let you talk about the game, mate. That's what we do. Seba, $8. How are you? Let's show the boys some love, like the videos, and share in for a good one tonight. Yeah, exactly right, man. All we ask is you push that like button just so we can feel the love.
And also that like button.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
The like
button. Have you seen these new phones now, these new mobile phones now? If you do that on the mobile phone, that actually brings up the like logo. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm definitely at the game on Friday. I think we're all going to be at our games except for Manny, but the rest of us are going to be at. Oh, you won't be, Liam.
I cannot attend. I will be watching. Does that count?
You'll watch it. So, what do we got here? Oh yeah. All right. So you're good, Mark. You're all right. You look good.
Yes,
you're like Don. He's good. He's Don. Remember that commercial?
He's Don is good.
Oh, he's Don is good. That's right. He's Don is good.
Don is good. That's right. And Mark's happy because they've got 2 wins for the year at the moment. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right.
This is a funny show.
What are you trying to say, Manny? What, we've got an extra 2 games or something, or 2 weeks?
No, I'm saying that you guys are doing okay at the moment. You guys are doing good at the moment.
Look at Mark. He's ready to bounce, mate. You're ready to bounce. This is a funny show. When you get 4 funny blokes on there, you're going to get a funny show. Lewis, hi. Normally,
be careful, Manny. Be careful, mate. You got the Bombers in 2 weeks' time. Mate. You got the Bombers in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, that'll be good. They're always good games.
Chris Peacock he just fell down the stairs next to Culture Kings. I don't know what that means, but apparently he's a regular viewer. So I hope you're doing all right. Yeah. And so he wanted to shout out. Make Manny great again hats. Oh, so. Look at this, man. Oh, we've got to organise Make Manny Great Again hats. What do you reckon?
Nice. Man, you've got a big fan, mate.
I'm telling you, mate.
Well, it's one of those things, Liam, It's a face that only a mother could love.
That's so true. Like Gunners loves it, though, mate.
That's so true. Only a mother could love that. Man. You know what we're here for. All right, we're here to talk some footy, not just the rubbish that you 3 just slobber out of your mouths there. We're here to talk some footy. Fantastic. You're a dickhead, Rocco. Yeah, I let you in my home, give you beer, and now you call me a dickhead. You're a fucking nice bloke there, mate.
Who said that?
Seba, what a prick.
Hey, Seba, your friend says hello. There you
Oh,
go,
you want to talk? Hey, you want to see something? I got some things sent to me. Do you want to see them?
Yeah, if you like.
All right, let's have a look at the first one, guys. So we got this sent to us by someone made these up for us. So the first one I've got is I got Manny. Here we go. We got Manny, the Collingwood fan. Here he is in action figure. There you go. You got the tattoo, you got the chips, and you got the Timu scarf.
Oh, how's the gut on him, mate? Oh boy.
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that there's there's no false teeth.
Wow. I'll show you another one later. But we've also got one of Marco. You want to see your one that they sent in? Here we go. Here we go. The Marco vibes. Here he goes. Uses props. Can't answer a question with us. Hit the word on the nail and he's fun at parties. There you go. The delusional Essendon supporter. There you go.
Hey, you're pretty trendy there, Marco, with the hairstyle and everything. You look good, mate. You look good.
We got a bit of that. I'm telling you, our fans are the best, mate. They're sending and anyone, and I'm just waiting for some smart ass comments, and then I've got some other ones for some other people out there. I'm just waiting for them to come onto the chat. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. All right, let's do some chatting. Before we go, come on. We got to do it. Before we go, I want to make sure now that this chat now, right? Because this is what we do. We talk footy. I want to make sure that this chat.
I think you hit the word on the nail, mate. Football. It's about football.
Right. We want to hit the word on the nail on this chat here. Let's go. Right,
boys.
All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do we got? The first thing. What do you got, Liam? You've always got something good to talk about.
Oh, where do we want to start tonight, mate? There's a few good things. I've kind of sort of wanted to chat about it for a couple weeks, but I wanted to hear from you guys things about player movement. It's been, I feel like now more than ever, it's something we hear about nonstop throughout the season. You know, who's going where, who's out of contract, who your team's looking to bring in, who your team's looking to move off. Is it too much at the moment? Is it not enough? Does it affect your players? Does it not? What do you guys think in general of all this player movement, all this trade talk so early in the season?
Go for it, guys. What do you reckon?
Well, potentially,
maybe. Yeah.
Well, potentially, you got players that are coming out of contract. It's like anything, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether you're a footy player, whether you're working for a company. You're up for your contract's running out. Obviously, you want to try and see if you can get in there somewhere. And footy it's very competitive. It is very, very competitive, and what's some of those things? First in, best dressed. So it puts pressure on the players, but I think it also gives these players an opportunity to say, you know what, maybe I am good enough to stay, and the team may keep you, or the team may decide, you know what, he's no good. And Collingwood's done that in the past, where they've, we did that last year. We traded a premiership player to Hawthorn, and then he played against us last year, and he gave us a spanking. So football's a training game.
I think what Liam was asking, I think it's more about the mid-season talks, how players are talking. Is this correct, Liam? It's not about end of year. That's always going to happen. We're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you listen, Manny? He's
talking
about.
He's made a good point.
But you're talking about mid-year. So
he's talking about people, players that are actually talking to other clubs while they're still playing. It's not normal in the AFL. It could be normal in the American basketball, the NBA, and other sports, right? But not in Australia. Like, they don't talk about this. Even if they are talking, they always keep it low key. But it's coming more and more out. Yeah.
So I'll give you an example of one I put a little bit in the group today about Harley Reid coming back to Victoria, and how I think it was Sam McClure basically said, this was at Essendon, unfortunately. He basically said, no, he's not going to go to Essendon. He's more likely to stay at West Coast. because Essendon are not winners. That's basically what he said. But yeah, stuff like that. Do you think that now clubs like Essendon, I know we're probably going to have a look at him as well. Do you think that it's kind of pulling away from what we're doing at the moment? And, you know, like for my team, you know, how are our players going to feel like, well, we're actively pursuing a midfielder from another club to come in and may take my spot. What do I do as a player? Like, do I have to be like, I need to go out there and perform every week? Or do I get an attitude and be like, fine, if you guys are going to go out and replace me, I'm going to go start looking somewhere else?
Yeah.
Well, Sam McClure, obviously, you know, he's from Carlton. So, you know, he obviously just friggin' hates Essendon. So I can understand where that comment come from. But what do you mean? Like, he doesn't want to go to Essendon because they can't win games? Well, what's Carlton doing? What's you know, West Coast doing? What's North Melbourne doing?
It wasn't Sam McClure who said it. He's just reporting what was said.
I think it was Sam McClure. I'm pretty sure. I'll get it up in a minute. But Mark, just ask you to I'll ask you like a different question, and kind of going on what I said. Like, for you as a club who's actively pursuing a player like Harley Reid, do you think someone on your midfield, like say, like a Ben Hobbs or Elijah Sisters, I don't know how to say his name. Like, do you think they're probably thinking like, shit, like they're going to go out and get a gun like Harley Reid? Where does that leave my position in the team? Did they go out and think like, I'm going to go out and give 110% and make sure I earn my contract and earn my spot in this team? Or they think, well, if Essendon are looking to go and replace me, maybe I should go be looking at another club where I can play.
Well, this makes a good
point. I think what you're referring to, Ben Hobbs and Sardis, they're still young players. So I think they'll fit quite well in the midfield with Harley Reid in that midfield, because obviously, you know, Zach Reid's getting a bit beyond his time now. So I wouldn't mind having, you know, Ben Hobbs and Sardis and Reid in the middle alongside with, you know, Sam Durham and obviously Jake Hallwell. Why not? I reckon it's the more options the football club's got, the better it is for them to earn their spot in the side. So I'm all for it. I'm also for Zach Butters to come across as well. So obviously through the draft next year, I think we've got a couple of handpicks there. So very, very confident that maybe look at maybe Zach Butters or Harley Reid to come across.
Yeah, anyway. So I was going to ask you about that, because I'm not sure what your cap space like, but I know we've got a cap space. I know we've both got a couple of high-end draft picks. I was going to ask you as well, Essendon, do you think their plan is going to be more? Do they use those high-end draft picks and go like, yep, let's get a couple top rookies in this season, or do they use those sort of top draft picks, go to a West Coast or go to a Port Adelaide and say, here's two top 5, top 6 picks I think you have at the moment, and say, yeah, here's your picks. We want Zach Butters. We want Harley Reid. Let's get him to the club. Because I'm kind of looking at it. I was like, as much as I want to build a young team, like the appeal of getting a gun like that into our team now is pretty exciting. And also, it's different for us because we've just had 7 top 30 picks come in the last year. So I don't know if we need to go and get big guns again. But
if we're going to
think about that,
do you reckon that the players are doing this, as you said, early part of the season, is because they're not happy? They're doing it because they want to try and create, you know, maybe rattle the cage, so to speak? Or what do you think it's just basically? Because to me, it sounds like it's just players not being happy. And now, you know, Harley Reid at the moment, you know, there was talks last year that this kid's going to be a superstar. I haven't seen much of him, to be very honest. Now, you know, you've got to, you know, it's certain players, you know, that they predict like Harley Reid is going to be a superstar. You know, what, you're going to be a superstar because they take you and they put you in a team that's doing really well. I mean, you could throw any player, for example, in the Brisbane Lions team, and you're gonna be able to play good footy because they're at the moment they're peaking. So to me, it's, you know, are they doing it because they're not happy? Are they doing it because who knows? There's a lot of things that's going on there. Now, I think Mark has just told us that there's argument between an Optus and and a Telstra technician outside the front of the house.
Oh, Mark is
he'll be back. He'll be back.
He's definitely having problems with his internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we went a bit off topic there because I think what I wanted to talk about, right? And I'll put up this comment when Mark comes back so he can get a bit upset. So there's a few comments there. The main thing is it's about the talk during the year about players, right? Forget about what like Mark went on to like who he wanted at the end of the year, whatever, Butters and that. That's a talk for that's the talk for the end of the year, right? It's got nothing to do with it. I think the chat I want to talk about it's the chat about players talking to other clubs mid-season, and it happened with the West Coast captain there with Hawthorn, correct? That's the main one. How does that look, right? Should that happen? I don't like the look. I think once you're there, but to say that players, because at the end of the day, it's the manager's job to get the best deal for his player. So they are talking to players every single day, right? And coaches and other teams are putting out feelers on every other player. And you know what? If you weren't doing that, it's negligence, right? You have to be feeling out who's available and what we can do at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, mate, that is word on the nail there, Rocco. Well done, mate.
That is the word on the
nail. One more thing I want to say though is like, yeah, it's obviously like with the West Coast one, with meeting Oscar Allen, meeting Sam Mitchell, that was more publicized. But yeah, you're joking if you don't think that it's happening with other teams. Another example I'm thinking of is Matt Rao. He's just bought a big $2 million house out in Melbourne. Like you can't tell me that like your clubs haven't gone and been like and gone and spoke to Matt Rao and been like, hey, you know, like, if you're available, you know, like that's definitely happening right now. I think I've seen a few comments about it in the chat here, and I think we've spoken about it in the past. Is, you know, the AFL runs it as a business now, and these players are assets, and they're thinking, how can we get this asset into our club? And, you know, the player is sort of thinking, what's going to be best for my future? You know, Matt Rao, for example, is he thinking, hey, maybe I can go and get a big contract, move back home to Melbourne and do something there? Or is he inclined to be like, look, Gold Coast are growing, they're getting better? It's all so for them. It's I don't know if it's just as the decision just as simple as I want to play my football at this club or that club. It's a business now. It's a work decision for these guys.
100%. And as I said, you'd be negligent if you didn't go out and talk to other players. And clubs are smart. They got people with feelers out there. And as soon as they feel that there is a player who is unhappy or not getting some game time when he deserves to get some game time, mate, they're out there straight away. And again, I would be absolutely upset if Carlton wasn't doing that right now and looking out and seeing who they can get and working out deals. And whoever said it here said something that was interesting. Like, to get a player isn't just something that happens overnight. It's a long process. I guarantee they've been talking to each other for 3, 4, 5 months before the end of the season. So it's fine. Oh, yeah. Is it a good look? I don't know, man. I don't know if it's a good look. I mean,
it's a great.
You don't want the captain talking to Hawthorn, that's for sure. That was absolutely, you know, you wouldn't want to see your captain talking to an opposition coach at any time. I'll tell you right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement, aren't we? Yeah.
And as I said, I don't. And to tell you the truth, we don't know. You haven't seen TDK talk to Ross Lyon, but I guarantee his manager talked to Ross Lyon. I guarantee 100%. And then his manager's talking to TDK, and they're working out some sort of deal. And you don't think now TDK hasn't signed? Mate, he's trying to get the best deal out of Carlton and probably seeing what he can get out there. And again, you're stupid if you don't do that. This is your life. This is your career. You know what I mean?
That's your livelihood, yeah. That's right.
All right, let's go in. I know where Mark's gone, so we'll try to get him back. But I did want to. I'll mention it again.
He said he's swapping to his phone, but
yeah, he did. But anyway, Lone Wolf, thanks for the $5. as he said, I doubt Reed will want to go to Essendon. He wants to actually win a final, so I don't understand why he would go there. He probably would. Geelong is a destination club, just quietly. You know, you'd love to go to Geelong, just quietly.
Lone Wolf, I've actually seen Harley Reid do a talk over here. He did one down at the club East Perth. And he is from Geelong. Well, he's from around that area. He grew up a Geelong supporter. Yeah, if you're picking between Geelong and Essendon, I don't like Geelong. I hate them. But I don't like Essendon either. I'd go to Geelong. And as Sam said, Essendon are not winners, mate.
The professional side. Thanks, Oz. He's gifted 1 TJP membership. Thanks, mate. You are a gun. You know what else I want to talk about? Let's get on to something else. What do you reckon about giving the double bird to one of your supporters? What do you reckon? Is that all right? I know if Mark was on, I can't wait to get Mark on because Mark will be going, oh, you can't be doing that. You're not allowed to be angry. You're not allowed to swear. You're not allowed to do any of that. But what do you reckon about a player like that walking down, gets abused? What do you reckon about him giving the double finger?
Well, it's like what we spoke about the other week. I think it was Harley Reid again. Just becoming his show at the moment. But no, we were just saying, like, you know, as fans, they cop it, and obviously he was copying it. I think he alluded to the point that, black and white is right. Like his media chat the next day was funny. He basically got asked, "Oh, are you going to apologize for it?" He's like, "No, I'm not going to apologize. Like, it is what it is. It's happened now." So,
what's he apologizing?
I think it's just kind of like he said in that little chat afterwards as well. He's just saying, you know, like we cop so much as players, and he was absolutely ripping into my captain Patrick Dangerfield. I get it. It's fair. I'd rip into Dangerfield. I think he's a total flog, but all right. But yeah, you know, as his teammate, Bailey Smith's probably thinking, hey, like that's not cool. You know, I've got to go in. I've got to back my teammate up. But I don't think. Again, you know, it depends what the banter is. We don't know if Bailey Smith just acted out of nowhere and been like, stick it up here, you know, like just for no reason. But you know, if there's you'd assume that there's a reason behind it, and he's probably just kind of like, look, we cop it all the time. I do this one time. No, it's a massive thing. Now we're sitting there 6 days later all talking about it. Yes, it's not a massive deal, not a big deal for me still.
But you know, the other way, Mark, can you go?
Oh,
that's better.
Gee, that's a bit close, mate. Oh boy.
Yeah, try to get a big. What's that test tubes there you got? Hang on, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Test tubes there.
He's in his lab. He's in the Essendon lab there.
Oh, mate.
What do you reckon there?
Well, you know, it's amazing that the media love. I reckon they've got cameras on every single player, and they love the moment they see something like that. You know, and Bailey Smith is a good. I think he's a good player, and I think he's probably, you know, he had it tough for a couple of years. With the Bulldogs, but you know, I think a lot of times the media will, you know, take it out of context. You know, and then the next day, they want to find out if he's going to apologise. But put that aside, I think at the end of the day, you know, when you go on that field, you've got to be a professional. You know, and these kids are getting paid good money. And, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, so what if they said something to you? Just walk away from it, mate. Just, you know, I think, you know, it gives him a bad look. It gives him a bad image. You know what I mean? Hey, Mark, what's going on, mate? You're all over the place. That's it.
I know, mate.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this fucking shit organised, mate. These days, technology.
It's a little distracting.
Hey, you know what? You sound like the Essendon coach trying to get things organised.
I really don't understand what's going on with technology these days, mate. I'm an old school brother.
It's an 8-year plan.
I wasn't born in 1999.
Anyway, Mark, you know? while you were missing, we were talking about. What do you think about that in the footy?
Mate, that's not very nice to do to him, mate.
Look,
no,
I mean, again, I think I might have mentioned this, you know, 3 or 4 weeks ago about another player. I think it might have been I can't remember who the player was, but, you know, retaliated against the crowd. Well, you're a professional footballer, mate. Just go off the race. You're going to get bagged every week, no matter what. You know, Bailey Smith, obviously, people love to hate him, and he's going to cop criticism all the time. So that's just stupidity, mate. A professional footballer, gets paid millions of dollars per year, plus his endorsements and so forth. Just walk down a race and just shrug it off your shoulders and move on. That's a retaliation. So what's going to happen next week when he plays? He's going to cop it again. And it's he's a professional, mate. He's a professional footballer.
Never ending story.
I again disagree with you. I think there's nothing wrong with him giving the bird. First of all, the bird is no big deal. Like, what is this what we're worried about in this world, giving the bird? Is that what we're worried about? In everything that's going on in the world, we are absolutely, and I mean, we're talking about it because I think it's quite amusing that they went, that how much they've gone overboard on this, right? But so what? It's all right for the members who pay their money to absolutely abuse them. Now, we don't know what was said to the captain. But I guarantee, Mark, if that was you, mate, and someone went personal on your family, you would retaliate. So to give someone the bird, let's just relax, everyone. I've said this before. We want characters in the game. We all say it. We all say it. And then as soon as they do something, and it doesn't matter, it's the man. Mate, ask your brother, Mark. I've been on the fucking cricket field, mate, and I've absolutely gone off, right, on the cricket field. And I'm telling you, in indoor cricket, who gets angry at indoor cricket? Me. But you know what? Once we were in the bar there, we were having a few drinks, and it was all good, man. You want people to be passionate. Yeah. You want people to go in hard. You want them to give everything once they get onto the ground. Because once you're onto the ground, mate, you're not normal anymore, man. You're in a different state of mind, right? You're absolutely passionate. You're in a hostile crowd where they just beat Adelaide after being behind. He's probably said something. Who knows what he said about his family, because that's what usually gets you, right?
Of course.
And he's gone back with a couple of birds, and everyone has gone off. Oh, we can't do that. Let's just stick robots on there and no one have no. We should be like Pink Floyd. You know the song Another Brick in the Wall, where they've all got the same mask? That's what how we should play footy. Everyone should have the same mask and do the same thing, mate. Yeah, I disagree.
Yeah. Well, he's a professional footballer, mate, and obviously when we're playing indoor cricket, Rocco, there's probably about 20 people watching our games.
It doesn't matter.
It does. It's not good for TV rights. It's not good for people.
You're absolutely wrong there, because that's absolutely going to pump the TV rights, because more people are going to watch it now.
But it's not even about TV rights, Rocco. What? It's not even about the TV rights. It's about the you got some certain players have a certain following. Like for example, look at Nick Dacus for Collingwood. Now that he's a superstar. Now, how many people, that are the age of 15, 14, 13, look up to someone like Nick Dacus, and they look up to say like Bailey Smith. Let's say Bailey Smith tomorrow gets invited to go to one of the primary schools. And the first question that one of the kids asks him says, Mr. Smith, can you explain to us what you were thinking when you were doing? Yeah, I mean, sometimes, as Mark said, sometimes you've just got to know that you've got to be a professional. You're going on the field and so forth. Let me tell you something. If there's one team that's so passionate, right, and I didn't know how passionate these fans were, was Carlton fans, yeah? Last year and the year before, when you guys were not doing too well, how aggressive you guys were, throwing scarves, this and that, right? But the Blue Baggers, very, very professional. The boys were upset. A lot of them were upset, and a lot of them probably wanted to do the same thing, but they were very professional. And you know what? And that's what it's got to be. You got to draw the line in the sand and say, you know what? Some things should not be tolerated. You know what I mean? Now you got Harley Reid sitting there doing that. I mean, come on. Next minute, all of a sudden, it's not on. It's not on. I agree with you, Mark.
Is that what you're worried about? Is that the way you teach your kids? I swear I do things in front of my kids. I've never seen them go out Well, we're living in a world, mate. When I was a kid, we used to watch cartoons where they used to make dynamite, jump on it and fly off and throw rocks on people. No one used to go out and do that, actually, because they had brains, right? So that's your responsibility, not bloody Bailey Smith's responsibility to teach your kid, right? That's your responsibility. It's got nothing to do with the game. I want my sports people to play out there with passion, and I want them to, mate, you got no idea how hostile it would have been at Adelaide, because you've never been to a footy match. You got no idea how hostile that crowd would have been towards him, and you got no idea what they said to him. So, you know what? I love it. I want to see more of it. As long as they're not being racist or sexual or any of that, a bit of a finger is not hurt. It's a finger, bro. Take it easy, mate. Is this what we're worried about? Is this what we're worried about?
If
you want to take the finger easy, Rocco, that's your choice, my friend.
Come on, man. You're just being a pussy, man. What are you talking about, mate? This is rubbish. It's absolute.
I just think he's just putting it upon himself, Rocco. He's putting it upon himself. That now that he goes running out on the ground, they're going to give it to him even more and more every week. So what's he going to do next?
What's that got to do with? He said he's put it on himself. That's got nothing to do with you or anyone else. That's his problem. He wanted to do it. That's not for you to decide if he should do it.
I'm not deciding what he should do. I'm just.
Well, you're saying we should stop it.
Yeah, players.
We don't agree with you.
Professional.
We don't agree. That's all we're saying.
I agree with Rocco. I think it's not too bad at all. We don't know what was said to him. And again, like, I think some people have commented this, but like the media twisted in a way to make Bailey Smith the bad guy. But what about the dickhead fan that's yelling over the fence at him? Why has Bailey Smith gone and had a response like this? He's clearly been provoked by something. Why can't he respond in the way that he did? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm siding with Rocco here.
Yeah, why haven't they gone up to find who the fan is and go, what's going on? Why are you saying these things to our players as they're walking?
Why haven't they?
I know. Because people like you focus on a finger.
No, it's not about that, Rocco. It's a retaliation of it, because there's always going to be people in the crowd that's going to voice their opinions on their passion and what they feel about that player. So if you're going to keep on reacting to it,
and so confident.
And look, and we're not here to break your heart, Rocco. If you like the finger, then that's fine, mate. We're not here to break your heart. It's all good.
I love the finger.
Rocco, we did miss a starred chat from Lone Wolf. If you want to put that up on the screen, I don't know.
Which one was it?
From Lone Wolf. He sent in a starred chat.
Yes, you're right. Absolute lucky we still got no idea. Lucky I got Liam here. Yeah. Lone Wolf with the $2. Thank you very much. Always donating, man. You're a star, man. Controversy creates cash. The media would love it. And that's exactly right. You're saying, this is going to be about mate, they love this shit. They love it, mate, because it gets more eyes on the TV. If they didn't like it so much, how come they put it all over the media? Why not do it like, for example, like when they don't want to promote certain things, like people unaliving themselves, as I won't say the word, right? Why don't they promote that? Why? Because they don't want it to happen, yeah? Why do they promote? And I know it's completely different, like we're going at different places, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, don't think that the AFL weren't happy about that. Mate, they would have seen that and they would have been absolutely stoked about this. Let's put it all over the media. The media would have been jumping on it. This is the best. Then the first thing they did was they showed it. They showed it again. They made memes about it. It's the best for them. They don't give a shit. You think they really give a shit?
No one gives a shit anymore. No one gives a shit, mate.
I'm surprised they haven't.
Keep it on the ground, mate. Keep it on the ground, mate.
They did. Harvey Reid did it on the ground, and you complained about that too.
Given the indigenous
what have you turned into, mate?
Passion.
All
right. After the game, mate. After the game is finished. It's personal business. Get out of the race. Walk down the race and celebrate.
You know, I think
don't carry on like a fucking.
Let's get robots. Let's get robots onto the ground.
I remember many years ago. There was a Mark Jackson. You remember Mark Jackson? He used to.
I remember Mark Jackson.
And he used to get really, really passionate and do this to the crowd, and he would sit there and doing this and that, you know. And that's sort of that was entertainment. Yeah, that was entertainment, and people like that. I think people don't like when it starts to become a personal situation.
And
honestly, Rocco, and you know, to be honest, Rocco, that's a good point what Manny was saying, because years ago you'd be able to run under the ground. Now imagine you had to run under the ground and someone says something to Bailey Smith on the ground while he was there walking off the race.
But you can't run on the ground.
Whatever the case, and he just.
But you can't run on the ground. You can't run on the ground.
Not now.
And now you're just assuming that.
What about 30 years ago? You could run on the ground and you could.
And nothing ever happened. Did a fan ever get bashed? Do you ever remember that a fan got bashed?
No, they didn't get bashed because you know what?
Right, so it's not going to happen now.
They had more respect to know that, you know, it's part
of. Oh, you don't know what bullshit. What are you talking about? They had more respect. What are you talking about? There's court cases over racism. What are you talking about? More respect. What are you talking about? And they used to run on the ground. They used to run on the ground, and there was never an incident.
Right.
You're just assuming now that Bailey Smith, he's going to go and punch someone. Years ago, they used to be racist against them. You couldn't even go to this park without copying it.
They didn't retaliate. They just went straight off the ground. And that's what.
What are you talking about? They used to run on the ground.
They've got the freedom now to just, you know, go out there and say and do what they want to say, mate. It's bullshit, Rocco. Come on.
Rubbish. You're talking rubbish, Dan. You've got no idea.
We've got to have control. We have to control.
You've got no idea, man. This is the problem with the world, mate. You guys are worried about a finger, man. Worry about some other important stuff, man. As I said, mate, my kids see everything I do, mate. And they are one or two of the most respectful kids out there because they're not stupid. They don't go out there and do things in public that they know that are wrong. That is rubbish. And another thing I'll tell you about the AFL, right? And all you woke people out here, right? And I'm talking about a couple of yous on the panel now, right? Look what happened to Hinkley last week. This is a good comment here. Look what happened to Hinkley in the semi-final. What happened to him? What he did? He did the whole whoa. Yeah, he did that, didn't he? And they gave him a $20,000 fine. But the hypocrites, the AFL hypocrites, mate, they are a bunch of dogs, mate. The AFL hypocrites, what did they do to promote this week's game? They used the footage. Oh, look, promote the game. And they gave him a $20,000 fine, and now they use it to promote it. And you're telling me that the AFL gives a shit? You're telling me the AFL absolutely cares about your kids? You are a bunch of customers. Well, not you, Manny, because you don't buy a membership. But everyone out here is a bunch of customers. Everyone here is a dollar signs to them. They do not give a shit because they were a bunch of hypocrites fighting. Yeah. I've got some footage for you next week, mate. You keep showing that. I'm gonna make you fucking eat your words there. But you exactly what I said. They fined him, right? $20,000, and then they used the same footage to promote that match.
Rocco, I've been saying it from day one that the AFL are there for themselves. They don't care about it's a business. They're running a business, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Okay, so don't tell me about the AFL, but you think I like the way the AFL? It's all business, mate. That's all it is. It's all business.
How about you worry about some other stuff, mate, the AFL? Don't worry about the fucking finger, mate. Worry about some other stuff out there.
While we're on the topic, some other people put this in the chat earlier. It is a current thing at the moment. Stuff with Willie Rioli about some of the comments directed towards him.
We're going to get to that. That's another one.
Yeah. That stuff is actually a problem. I don't like that stuff in the game.
All right. Well, let me ask you a question, Rocco, and guys. Let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah. Ask me a question, Manny. Ask me a question.
All right. So now we're talking about the fact that what Bailey Smith did and what Harley Reid did, and you're saying it's just a finger. All right, next week, all right, or this week, the player's got the ball. He's near the fence. He's about to grab the ball and give it a kick or whatever, and all of a sudden you get some supporter that's sitting there, and all of a sudden it's going, hey, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and all of a sudden, before you know it, where does it start? Where does it end? You know what I mean? That's my biggest concern. But you're right, though. I mean, the figure, what's the biggest figure? I mean,
Is that your concern? Yeah. Is that your concern? So Harley Reid did it. Wait a sec. Harley Reid did it a while back, right? And that was in the game, right? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen thousands of people doing it. I haven't seen kids coming down up to me and going, hey, mate. I haven't seen it once. So your argument there is rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
I'm asking the question.
Thousands of people putting up their fingers. Shut up, man.
I'm asking the question. Hey, now, can I just say something on that? Now, I don't know if Rocco mentioned it to you guys, but
It's not enough, mate.
the stats from day one of this show, Liam, the stats, 742 plus one today, 743 shut-ups. Rocco has
now, you told me that, and there's two things about that stat, right? There's two things about that stat, right? The first is, I reckon you've underquoted me because I've told you to shut up more than that, right? Because you deserve it. The second thing, whoever came up with that stat, right? It's either that person is a sad person or the father of that person is a sad person. You decide, right? Because whoever counted those seriously needs a life. So let's get back to you put it out there and I'll give it to you. Now let's get back to Willie Rioli, right? What he said, and he's come out and apologized and kind of apologized that he shouldn't have put it out there. But he's got this massive hatred for Hawthorn, right? Because of what's happened to his family and that. I don't know. What's your thoughts about that? It all came out. He's put it out. Maybe he shouldn't have put it out in the social media because if you do that, well, you're going to cop it. You're going to cop it. You know that. So he's probably shouldn't have done that. But he's come out and said how much he's hated Hawthorn because of what they've done to his family. So has he got a right to do it? Like, what are your thoughts? Mark, I want to hear your thoughts about this.
Well, after that conversation about any players doing what they want to do, fingers and that, he's got every right to voice his opinion. That's how I see it.
Is that what you think?
Well, obviously he's heard about it. So, he's obviously social media now is creating a lot of issues out there. But he might not have wanted to go to that level of, being kind of, accused as, racism, so forth. But he's got every, ways of, kind of just saying that this is what's happened to him. So, I don't know, really. I mean, it's part of football, media, racism, what people are feeling, players are feeling. It might have just gone a little bit to that next level of the media. That's what it really comes down to these days, Rocco. Media, mate. It wrecks everything, wrecks everybody,
Well, it does wreck it, but it's also, like, I find media hard because in actual fact, Mark, you're in the media now, right? Because you get your say every week. So as small as it is, we're kind of out there, right? So the problem is with media is this. It's okay when it works for you, right? And everyone loves it. And then when it goes against you, everyone goes, oh, it's bad. It's bad. No, you got to take the good with the bad, mate. And that's the way it should be. With him, I reckon he didn't say it. Yeah. I don't think he said anything wrong.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't say anything wrong, but he's probably just maybe stepped that line a little bit because of obviously his feelings. And that's what happens in media. Once you cross that line, people will react. And he's probably had no harsh, real feelings towards the Hawthorn Football Club and Sam Mitchell and so forth. Obviously, they're quite close friends, but maybe some words were said in the game. So I think it just comes down to really how far do we go, what we say.
I think it was I think as I said, it was something about what Dunstall said about his dad, who never played a game for Hawthorn, but he made a joke about him, which I thought was quite funny. Right? He wasn't offensive. All he said was he was the only person that he could outrun. dumpster. Like that was when he was getting his
fair.
award. But the other thing is what happened to his cousin or whatever he is, his uncle, whatever he is, Cyril Rioli. So whatever happened between them, that was settled last year. So no one knows what really happened. But you know what? Why can't he have a hatred for Hawthorn? You know, like why not?
Has he
Why
opened
not?
up a can of worms, mate? Has he opened up a can of worms? Like it was,
It's
I'm pretty sure,
bro.
you know, it was all settled at one stage and no one was really talking about it. But now all of a sudden that worm, you know, the can's open again, like hit the nail on its head. And, you know, it's
Hit the word on the nail, get it right, mate.
Hit the word on the nail. Hit the word
Joe
on the nail.
saying you get it wrong, mate.
hit the word on it.
Thanks, Oz, for another TJP gift. Thanks, mate. You're a star. Hey, listen, I want to get can I get if he's in the chat, right? I want to get Black and White on if he wants to come on.
Aye, black and white, mate.
Yeah,
boy.
so let me just try to do
I jumped in this live stream last night for a little bit. It was very good. You answered a question I had, which was nice.
What, you went on his live stream and you came off ours? What's wrong with you, mate?
Mate, went into both, mate. Got to support everyone, mate.
I actually did see you.
I
actually did see you into ours too. So I did see you in there too, man. So
yeah, mate. I was just trying to wind you boys up.
I didn't catch it live because but I did have a look at it to see what he had to say. So
black
that's right. Black and white shows that racism doesn't exist. Exactly right. Collingwood supporters and Carlton supporters are joining in as one. Yeah. So does everyone agree with that or what?
Well, racism is
look how quick he is. He just comes on straight away, man. I'll tell you one thing about you. I'm a bit worried about you, Black and White, because you seem to come really quick.
Why?
You came on really. You come really quick. You came on really quick. So how are you, Andre?
Well done. Okay,
What's wrong, guy? Am I going to be banned too now? Am I going to be banned because I'm being too harsh on you people? So first of all, how are you, Andreas, mate? How are you?
Nah, I'm pretty good tonight. So I've been enjoying the conversation. So been keen to jump on. I've been sitting here with my headphones for the last 10 minutes, ready just to trigger finger as soon as that link was sent.
You know what? And you can go back on some of the other conversations that we've had. Like, I'm sure you got opinion, but as soon as I saw your name, I said, he's going to have a strong opinion about a few of these things. And yeah, let's hear it, man. Like, what do you think about any of the opinions we just? Maybe the finger. That's a good one.
So that whole thing with Bailey Smith. Now, you guys grew up, or the three of you here, I'm going to exclude Liam from this, but you guys grew up in a generation back in the 70s and 80s and stuff where, you know, it was so much more than just a finger that was being said and stuff, and that was done on the field. Yeah. Now, you got to also understand, and this is probably more directed to Mark, is that regardless if it's a bad look for the kids and for families and stuff like that, when you're out on the field, regardless if the game started or the game's finished, you're still out there. If your teammate, especially if your captain, is copying verbal abuse from a supporter or something like that, you have every right to defend your teammate. He didn't go over the fence and do a Cantona and kick him in the head or anything like that. He stuck the finger up at him. Big deal. Right now, and also then it's a little bit contradicting when you're talking about the Willie Rioli situation, because that's even worse, right? And it's sort of then you're defending the retaliation. Everybody has a different reaction to different things in life, regardless if it's footy, personal life, family, whatever. So they're both justified in their responses, no matter what, you know.
Nah,
so
I don't think you're not making sense, mate. The Rioli concept, apart from look, there's nothing. Look, I'm not saying he didn't kill anyone, he didn't abuse anyone. He just put his fingers up. It just doesn't look good for the game, mate. It's a very simple concept, mate. Get it in your heads, right? That is shit. Don't worry about it. Move on. But
Mark, standing there and doing this to someone in the crowd, it's exactly the same thing. It means the same thing. It doesn't matter. Why are people getting so butthurt?
The guy, look, the fine that Bailey Smith got, mate, he would have got those funds out of his fucking ashtray, mate. $500. It would have come out of his ashtray. He don't give two shits about the fine.
And he didn't, because he went to the media. He went to the media the next day, and they said to him, "Oh, do you feel bad about what you've done or whatever it is?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I'm sticking up for my captain." I mean, you're telling me you wouldn't want to have a player at Essendon if they gave shit to Zach Merritt and somebody came out and defended their captain and stood up for their captain. Right? I mean, players from Melbourne, for example, if this happened at Melbourne, they're desperate for something like this to happen because their morale is shit. Carlton was probably like that, before they beat West Coast as well. You would love to have a team, support a team that's backing up your captain.
Black and white, it really comes down to individual players, mate. Some players have just got that bit of, excitement where they've got to retaliate, as opposed to a player that will just walk off and deal with it after the game.
I get that, I understand where you're coming from, and I understand the look and stuff like that. But at the same time, this is a man's game, regardless of what's going on in the world. This is a man's game. There is so much bullshit going on in the world. There are guys bringing guns to the football, for fuck's sake, man, and that gets barely any attention. The attention is about a guy giving a finger to a person in the crowd. Come on, man. You want to talk about images and all that shit. I mean, you got guys bringing weapons and shit to the footy, and we're worried about the image of someone sticking their finger up. Oh, come on! I get where you're coming from.
That's a different scenario there. That's security, and that's the AFL. But you're talking about players here, mate. We're not talking about now. We're talking about.
But it's the image. I'm talking about the image and how it's portrayed in the media. And why people are getting so uptight about someone sticking their finger up. I mean, come on. I mean, you guys should have so much more tolerance growing up in the generation that you did, right? Compared to
I've got the tolerance, mate. I'm all right with it. Especially if you give it.
I'm generalising in that sense. I'm generalising in that sense for guys like you are a little bit older than I am. But come on, man. Anyway, that's my opinion on that. So yeah, we can agree to disagree, but I'm sort of on the lines with Rocco on that one.
We got Lana, man. She reckons if someone hits Sauce, she's jumping over the fence, mate. That's how much she loves Jack. So there you go, mate. This is passion, and this is what I'm saying, man. You're picking on kids like Bailey Smith there, right? And he is a kid. I don't care what you say. What is he? 24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kids, mate. They got I'm at 25, mate. I was an idiot, mate. So you get out there, you're full of adrenaline. As I said, man, that would have been hostile over it. I've gone to watch a game in Adelaide, man. It's hostile, mate. Hostile as you'll get, And then they would have been copping it, being down, and then coming back, and then him letting out a bit of a couple of fingers. You know what the AFL should have done? They should have laughed it off and not even shown it, and then everyone wouldn't have been talking about it. But instead, they kept on showing it, make sure everyone knows about it. Get over it, man. I'm seriously, we all want the game to be, I've said this a million times, we all want the game to be we don't want robots, we want personalities in there. And soon as someone shows something, bang, we them. You can't do that. You can't
but then they'll use it as a promotion to pump up Gather Round to make sure that the whole shit with Port Adelaide and Hawthorn, put the game as the last game of Gather Round, right? So it gets everybody there, and all the ratings go up. So they're using the fans, they're using everybody let's just make money off it, and then we'll slap them with fines and shit like that. It's so contradicting.
Thanks, Oz, for another gift. Thanks, Oz. You're a star, man. And we'll see you on Friday for sure. I agree with you. What about Liam, man? What are you saying about this? Jump back in, mate. Jump back in.
He's right, mate. It's a bit of a double standard how he's saying it. You criticize it for doing the wrong thing, but then they go out and use that exact same thing as a positive to pump it up for the game. It's well, where do you stand, AFL? Is it something you want to see in the game, or is it something you don't want to see in the game? I don't know. Double standard, like you said, contradicting yourself, mate. I like it. And but also, I think another interesting point I want to mention.
Just quickly, just quickly on that too, just before you make your next point, I'll be interested to see if Geelong and Adelaide are playing each other again this season. I'm not sure if they are, but if they do, and it's on, and you see if it's on free to air television, you watch Channel 7 pump it up in their promotions and use Bailey Smith's face all over the TV.
Of course they will. Of course they will. It's all about the ratings.
100%.
It's all about getting the numbers. It's all about getting the numbers.
And if they don't play each other, they'll play. They'll do it next season. Sorry, Liam, go ahead. Yeah,
they'll use it. They'll pump it up. And as I said, that hypocritical thing with Hinkley, that made me laugh. We actually gave that banana of the week last night because seriously, how can you find the coach and then use it as your promotion? Come on, guys, man.
It contradicts itself. It doesn't make sense.
Oh my God.
So what was your next point? No, sorry, man.
The other thing I was going to say is when we're comparing the situations of Bailey Smith and Willie Rioli, we know what was said to him. We've got a general idea what was said.
Yeah.
So you can understand why he's got that reaction. The difference with Bailey Smith is we don't know what was said. But then we're going after him saying, shouldn't be doing that. But how do we know that what was said to him to get that reaction from him wasn't as bad?
So my question on that to everybody is, if Willie Rioli's reaction to what was said to him wasn't via social media, and he was to give the double bird to the crowd if it was said to him in the crowd or whatever, right? Let's just say it was that. Are we then going to justify Willie Rioli's reaction and not Bailey Smith's?
Because you know what's going to him.
I'm not afraid to put myself out there and to ask the questions that everybody's thinking and everybody knows, obviously respectfully, but I'm gonna put it out there because why is it what's with the double standards, and I just you have to be careful with the way you say it and stuff like that, but what would have happened if Willie Rioli had the same reaction that Bailey Smith did, but it wasn't via social media, it was to someone's face? What happens then?
Yeah,
I agree. That's actually a good question. That's a good question. If that,
and I guarantee you, it wouldn't be used though as a promotion for the next time that Hawthorn played Port Adelaide.
No, that's right. It's all about a business. It's how you make it's creating controversy, but doing it the right way without getting themselves into trouble. The AFL is very smart the way they do things. They're very, very clever. Very clever.
They love it. As I said, I'm telling you now, if any of you guys think that the AFL care about you, they don't care. And I'm telling you, even the clubs don't really care about you. Man, they care about your dollar sign, that's all they care about. And, like we care about our clubs. We're passionate about the jumper. But don't think they are. Don't be fooled by it. Don't be fooled by it. You are just a customer, mate. That's all you are to them.
But we're also, regardless of our clubs too, we're also passionate about the game. We fucking love it.
Oh, that's the whole game, of course. We love it. 100%.
Nail on the head stuff. Bang.
Nail on the head stuff.
Word on the nail. Word on the nail.
It's a word on the nail stuff, man. We don't mix words.
I'm making my own one now, mate. I'm going rogue.
Word on the nail. Who's that?
Nah, black and white makes some really good points, man.
He does make some good points.
I love this.
You're
really good.
And
but one more thing for black and white with on Willie Rioli again. Did you notice the bit near the end of the game when he's running in and he's got an open goal? He's like showing the ball to the Hawthorn player and then booted it into an open goal square. I don't know how I feel about that stuff. I was like, mate, you're already winning. But then after this stuff comes out, does that change? Do you think he's done it more in like a response to the sort of stuff that we've heard, not necessarily to the players? Because he did say that it wasn't in response to the players, that was in response to other stuff that has happened.
Honestly, that's entertainment, and I've got no issue with that. Like showing the ball. If we're going to be,
who was that Collingwood player who did that years ago? He was running down, can't remember his name, and he ended up had the ball and he started as he's running, showing the
Ash Johnson, and he got that.
No, it wasn't Ash Johnson. We're going back a few more years than that. And
I can't remember. I know Ash Johnson did it in the VFL against Racing.
Leon
Davis. Leon Davis is running and he's showing the footy while he's running. And, And I think that's
no, Manny, you're wrong. You're wrong on this one. So if you he was on a podcast, on the Into the Woods podcast, and they asked him about this, and I watched it.
Yeah.
He actually didn't show it was against Brisbane. He didn't show the Brisbane player the ball. He was actually, it looked like he did, but he was pointing to his teammate to come and shepherd. But he had the ball in his hand and he was doing this. That's what it was.
Oh, right.
That's
okay.
what it was.
Well, there you go.
Just so you know.
So,
he didn't actually show him the ball.
So this is something that goes back to what we were talking about, that it's all about the interpretation.
Yes,
well, maybe.
I think Mark cracked it because I made a good point. Then he left.
And Shea Bolton did it to.
Stuff like that.
Remember, Liam? Remember Shea Bolton did it to. The Doherty, and
I was just gonna type about that in the comments. Like, he did that, and then I think like a couple of weeks later, he went through into the open goal square and he missed it, and I was like, "You dickhead!"
That makes a good point here. I'm okay with that. He's showing off. His opponent should have been closer, 100%, man. Right. Why are you letting him run off?
Did David Neitz do that against Carlton in the prelim final in the goal square in 2000?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
We got
one of your fellow mates here. No regrets, he's back. He was on last night too. Says he reckons Steele the Cannabis to rack up 25 plus. There you go for this week. All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. We've got a few.
I asked Black and White about it last night.
You know what we'll do? Since you're here, Black and White.
I got about 10 more minutes. Before I have to go.
Yeah, that's why we'll do this now, and we'll do a preview of the Collingwood game. Would you like that, Black and White?
All right,
let's go. Here's the first one. There you go, mate. Gather round. It was one. I think that's. I can't read that bottom one, but it's 14 goals something. 109 to 12 something. Out 78. It was a convincing win at the end. They kept up with you a little bit back and forth. I think there was maybe one time they looked like they were making a bit of a run, but I think you got away late in that third and fourth. So I'll leave it up to you two guys.
So I just want to say that the first time that we've actually been challenged by a really good side and we've responded every single time we got challenged. All right, opening round's probably the one where we didn't respond, but this game here, we jumped them early and then being in front, having another team and a decent team in Sydney challenge you every single time that you guys were that were pushing. I just thought that it was coached to perfection this game. And someone said on SEN, I think it might have been David King, and I like the analogy where he was like, Dean Cox was playing checkers and Craig McRae was playing a slow game of chess. Every time he did something, he got him back and he cornered him and stuff. And I just think that the way that we'll coach that game, if we can bring that against Brisbane, we're a decent chance. But obviously, it's a different kettle of fish. But I was really impressed with. A couple of players that we had, and I don't know about you, Manny, but I did say on the show last week there is a player that you need to watch out for, and it's Ned Long. Now that I've said that and I've backed myself up, he's probably not going to get a touch tomorrow night. But I just think
there was no way that you knew he was going to get fucking. How many did he get?
I think he had 29 disposals, something like that.
He turned into Chris Judd overnight, mate. He was getting the ball at will.
I said to you, mate. And he is Nick Dacos's bodyguard now. He is Nick Dacos's running mate. And it's just good that we've actually got someone young that we've, thank you Hawthorn for delisting him. We picked him up in the mid-season draft and he's come in and he's making an immediate impact straight away. That's something that we desperately needed because we do have an older list, 100%, but we found a gem in the whole thing now, we
got him into form because he fucking came on against us and kicked the goal.
I'll send you a letter of thanks. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
I'll send you a voucher, Rocco. I'll send you a voucher. You can go to the 7-Eleven.
I want to hear Manny's take on the game. I'm sure your son wrote you 1,000 notes, so you don't.
No. Look. I think it's always good to see our defence. It just seems to, last year we were, hot and cold, especially with our captain. People saying, he played a premiership year, and then last year he was hot and cold. But it's just nice to see that they're all, they're moving well. You've got Quainer, you've got Maynard, and of course you've got Darcy Moore, and Darcy Moore likes to be that free player. He just likes to be able to open himself up and the opportunity to to go for those defensive marks. But the whole team just had a flowing. It was just everything was flowing. The defense was playing well, the midfield was playing well, and it's just good to see that if Bobby Hill is Bobby Hill, right? He does amazing things. But when he's not Bobby Hill, it's one of those things. Still side bottom, the geriatric. That's what you guys were telling me at the start of the year. What are these geriatrics going to do? It's all about at the moment. He's a superstar. He's getting the touches. He's playing his position game.
You actually agreed with me at the start of the year, and if you want, next week I can bring up the footy. We did a mistake. We did a mistake in keeping them, and we should have traded them. So if you want, I'll bring up the footies next week. So don't come along now and try to.
Please do. No, please do. No, please do, because I remember it was.
You've heard that saying. Everyone's a general after the battle. That's you, mate.
Hang on. Scotty Tompkins is the one who turned around and said to me, "How are you going to be able to get through the year with so many old players?" And I said, I said it's all about perseverance, isn't it? It's all about how you're going to preserve these players. And at the moment, yeah, I did, and you can pull the footage. But at the moment, we're doing well. We're doing really, really well.
I think the biggest thing for us though, is with Schultz and Houston out. I mean, De Goey is back this week, but he's made of glass, so who knows what's going to happen? He'll probably start a sub. But with Houston and Schultz out, we had to cover key aspects of our game. So, obviously, Billy Frampton's come into defence with Reef McGuinness coming out, and that's actually freeing up Darcy Moore a lot more because we've got another solid defender, and Darcy Moore can play his style of game a lot better. I do think, though, with this game against Brisbane, we are going to miss Dan Houston off the halfback. I think Brisbane's a different kettle of fish. They're very explosive. They're very quick down the corridor. And I'm personally not 100% sure how, I'm not really confident going into this game. I can see us winning, but I can also see us losing. So I'm 50-50. But someone like a Bo McCreary, someone like, an Isaac Quainer or a Josh Dacos have to lift this game against Brisbane to the next level because we're missing those two players. When we play against Essendon, we'll have everyone back and that'll be great, no worries. But I'm personally a little bit concerned about Brisbane's. Pardon?
No worries about.
Well, McCreary had a great game last week.
Oh, against Essendon, I think I'll go out and say it. I reckon we'll spank you on Anzac Day. I mean, you guys turn into world beaters one game a year and it's against us. But mate, and I will be here on the show after Anzac Day if I'm wrong, and I'll put my hand up and I'll say, Mark, I was wrong. But I believe, but the Essendon Anzac Day rivalry is a respectful rivalry. That's fine. But I do believe that our list and getting Houston back and having, if De Goey makes it through this game against Brisbane, we're going to have pretty much a full list to choose from. There is no worry about Essendon on Anzac Day, but we've got to get through this Brisbane game because.
All right, let's get through this Brisbane because while you're there and you got 5 minutes, quickly give me your tip and what you think will happen because it is the first game of the round for Easter, the Easter round. So tell me what is.
I'm thinking. I reckon my heart's saying Collingwood by 15 points. But my head and my gut are saying Brisbane by 15 points.
That's fair.
That's fair. And I'm probably with you too because Collingwood does travel well and they do play well up there in Brisbane. So There's no drama about that.
Also,
Brisbane
too, like they've got
to hit their straps at the moment.
Yeah, like Hippel's not going to kick 5 goals again this week. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that. And the fact that they haven't got Joe Danaher, who usually tears it up against us every single time we play him. So it is a different look Brisbane side, and we're better than what we were last year, and we beat them twice last year. But at the same time, I don't know, just there, I think they're just very explosive down the corridor. I mean, out of the middle, they'll get the ball, and as soon as they get it, they're just off so quick. And it's going to be a real good test for us this week. If we can get up this week, I'm going to be very confident moving forward than what I am now.
Yeah. And I
reckon you guys might get them. You know, I feel like Brisbane are due a loss. I think obviously they're 5-0 to start the season, but they've been playing a bit patchy. Like they turned it on in the second half and the Bulldogs on the weekend, but they've done it a few games now. They've played one good half and one pretty ordinary half.
They're also due to beat us. They're due to beat us as well. We've beaten them pretty much. We beat them in the grand final, and then we beat them twice last year. So we've won the last 3 in a row against them. So they're due for one against us. So that's why I'm hedging my bets a bit on this one.
Yeah. So look, and against that game against the Swans, that's probably one of your better wins. I said, but they're not really travelling that well. They're actually a bit disappointing this year. They look like they have got grand.
I don't know about you, Andreas.
You did. But, I thought I was talking. Sorry for fucking talking while you're interrupting.
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Were you talking? Sorry.
I was just going to say that they're not being world beaters this year. They seem to be playing like a good quarter or two, and then they get overrun, you know. But in saying that, if you beat, I said to you this last week. I said if you beat Sydney, you're doing all right. Now I'll say one more week. If you beat Brisbane, right? If you can go over there and beat Brisbane, then you deserve your top 4 spot. So it's going to be a good game. I'm actually looking forward to the Thursday night game. It's going to be a good game. Sorry, Manny, you can.
Sorry, Rocco. No, I didn't see you moving your mouth there, mate. Sorry, I apologise. I was just going to say that sometimes it's games like the one that we played against the Swans that showed that we're sort of a competitive side, because I think we did pretty well for those at least three quarters. But for me, the more satisfying wins of games like against Carlton. I mean, where we had that close the first half.
Obvious.
And then mate. But
that's obvious because they brought us down to that style of play.
Yeah,
Sydney are a side where they're obviously very free flowing, but they can stop it and play that sort of kick to kick bullshit, and then just pop it into the floor. And we kept that entire game on our terms against Sydney, and that's why I reckon the Sydney game is like from a football perspective, it's so much better than the Carlton win. The Carlton win, we only played 10 minutes in the third quarter, and we got over them. So I see what you're saying, and because it's against Carlton, it's great. But we only played 10 minutes against Carlton. We played a full 4 quarters against Sydney.
I read Manny like one of those, Mr. Men books, right? It's not very intelligent, so he's trying to do a dig, but I was trying to be serious. That's why I got you on here, and I'm not speaking to Manny about his game because he really. I was going to say the one reason you bet him was he actually outcoached them, so that's where you beat them. And what I know is like Sydney like to go through the middle, but you deny them that. You deny them that the way you were setting up on the inside of the play, and you were denying that run through the middle, and that's where you bet him. So I think he did his homework well, and he was coached well. It's got nothing to do with you. We brought you down to that level. You weren't good enough to get away for 3 quarters. You got away 1 quarter. We'll be back at the end of the year for you guys, mate. Don't you fucking worry, mate, because we'll set ourselves up for that.
And I'll be on the show just waiting. Don't stress.
Oh, you'll be on the show, and I'll be on your fucking show. Don't you worry about that,
fucking
mate.
Get on. And can you tell all your Carlton nuffies that go to the Sporting Globe and stuff, subscribe to my channel. I'm almost at 1,000. I mean, I'm the most logical Collingwood supporter.
I do, man.
I've even got all my teeth, bro. Like 100%.
That's why I don't believe that you're a Collingwood supporter, because you look half decent, mate. But I do tell everyone to subscribe to Black and White United. Give him a subscribe, man. It costs you nothing. Get him up to that monetized. And then once he gets monetized, man, you know, he can do some better stuff on that channel, you know.
Mate,
not that it's not good now, but you can always improve, you know what I mean? So
take the knife out my back. Hang on.
Nah, mate. As a Richmond supporter who hates Collingwood, I actually go and watch your stuff. Like that's saying a fair bit of the quality of the stuff he puts out, guys.
Yeah, that's it. So, hey, listen, man, thanks for coming on.
Enough about Collingwood, mate. Fucking hell.
Yeah, we're going to move on.
I pissed Mark off. I pissed Mark off. I said to him that
angry man.
Fucking shit out there. Sorry, your internet's a bit better
tonight,
bro.
This is Mark at the moment.
Take it easy. Have a happy and safe Easter too. Enjoy the weekend. All right.
See you, mate. Have a good Easter.
See you, boys. Have a catch up. Bye.
All right, Andreas.
All right, let's go in. So, here we go. So, all right, we might as well talk about the next game, but since we're going to talk about the next game, we're going to get this bloke on there. Look at him, mate. You look like you got your top on this time.
Someone's being an who's this imposter Mark?
Hey, Marco, how are you, my friend?
How are you, Marco? You're not Marco. I'm Marco. You're Seba.
He's Mark and you're Mark. What's going on here? You're Mark and you're Mark.
It's a Spider-Man meme. How are we, boys?
Hey, Mark. The other Mark, can you turn that camera around to the other side?
Oh, shit. Don't get him to do that again.
Which Mark?
Last time he did that, he was pissing in the toilet.
No, Seba, turn your phone, mate. No.
Oh, you've been called out, mate.
Fuck.
Put it on the horizontal line.
That's it.
The real Seba.
Hey, we've got
you guys are real lippy tonight, huh? You guys are real lippy tonight, everyone, even Rocco.
I've got someone on here, Flag Pies 25, and I want to get him on, but he's kind of giving me half a pitch. I will get you on, Flag Pies. 100%.
With people tonight.
I'll get him on, but hey, I've got Seba on, so you're going to have to wait. Like you're going to have to wait 5 minutes, and I'll get you on. All right. Listen, while we're there, we might as well. You want to talk about the game, or do you want to ask them?
Before you go on, I'm going to start with this again, and I started with the last week. Liam, your Tigers continue to impress me every week.
Oh, mate, I appreciate it.
They're continuing to because they're improving every week, and you can see it.
I'll get
my game later.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can see what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It's not about winning or losing, but it's how you play the game.
You can't talk money. You don't go to the games. But
what do you mean? But it's not about. Liam doesn't go to the games. Liam doesn't go to the games because he lives in Perth.
No, I've seen Liam at the games. Don't worry. He goes every game.
He lives in Perth and he actually goes to other AFL games.
He's basically Adrian Portelli. He's fly in, fly out.
Yeah, he's fly in, fly out.
I had the money, yeah, but oh boy. We'll chat about my game soon, but yeah, I really liked what I saw for a half in our game.
Yeah,
I did not like the second half, but we will get there. We'll get there.
You know what? Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from you guys.
I like it, mate. Yeah.
I think you're just pissing in his pocket to tell you the truth, man. I don't like nothing.
Come on, boys. Let's just get onto the fucking Spud game here, the Carlton West Coast. Come on, get onto the Spuds game. Otherwise, I'll bring the bucket out there, mate. Don't let me give you
the day that I want you to control the show, you can start your own show. How's that sound?
Come on, move it on.
He's entitled to his opinion there, Rocco.
Not when it comes to when I'm controlling.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. It's not your show.
Yes,
it's
it is.
Our show.
No, it's not. You're a guest.
The jumper punch that you do on a Tuesday is your show with your mates. This
remember,
is our show. We do this
remember
together.
something.
We do this because we love to come on the show. We don't do
I'll-
this
I'm
for the money.
going to prove something to you, Manny, why this is my show, right? I'm going to prove something. Have a look. Have a look. That's why this is my show, right? Do you understand?
See you then. Oh boy.
And you can even
Do you understand, Manny? That's why this is my show. So you say it again and you're completely off. You are a guest.
Listen,
You don't put nothing into this show. You do nothing but rock up at
I put nothing.
7:25.
You are
Nothing.
such a selfish person, Rocco. How can you say that? I spend hours every Wednesday. All right, I leave my family. I miss events to be here, and you sit there and talk that way. Hey, Mark, knock some sense to him.
Don't come. Don't come. If I don't do this, if I don't organise this show, you're talking to yourself tonight.
We
Really?
appreciate it, Manny, mate. We appreciate it, buddy. Let's get on to the
I
Spud
don't.
game. Come on, there's not much.
I don't appreciate you. I don't appreciate you two losers coming onto my show. I allow you on here. I allow you.
Hey, listen. I feel for you, especially for the last 30 years. The pain, the sorrow. If this is how you want to flick.
Anyway, listen, I'm sick of this bloke like talking to me like that.
Dominance. All right.
Rocco, he's getting to
You
you
understand,
tonight.
Manny? I'm the boss. Now shut up and let's have a look at this game.
That's another shot.
So we did have a game, 17-19, 121 to 14-50.
Wow.
So it was pretty
Fantastic. You beat the Eagles again. Well done.
Nah, let's let him chat about the game. We'll let him chat.
Nah, there's not much to chat about. We spoke about it for 4 hours last night.
Bro, it's just another who gives a fuck. Who cares?
Yeah.
Can I ask the two Carlton boys a question then?
Of course.
Because I didn't get to watch a whole lot of this game, to be honest.
You didn't want to anyway.
Did you see enough signs from Carlton to say, yep, we're back, we're going to be playing good football now? Or was it just kind of like,
That's
yeah,
a rhetorical question.
We should be beating West Coast?
I'm sorry, like, I'm not whatever, but that just answers itself. There's nothing in what they showed me to say. We played genuinely. We played witches' hats. I'm not joking.
You did what you needed to do against.
I'm not joking when I say this. If I put my near 90-year-old Nonna out in West Coast midfields, I still reckon she would have racked up more possessions and kicked more goals than half the team.
Oh yeah, I reckon I'd go
They are genuinely like, we have been bad, but they're fucking horrible.
The only
was
thing
funny that bit where the player wasn't standing on the mark.
Oh, they're no good. Genuinely, I think that they could be. Was it the 2017 season where we won like 2 games, or whatever that season? They could genuinely be. They could be worse than that Carlton side, and that's a hard feat.
Yeah, no, and you know what, and the stats show it. I mean, the Eagles had some of the worst stats ever recorded. So you know what I mean. They just weren't interested, and we did what we had to do. The team that should be worried is Essendon this week, because if you lose to West Coast right over there, and West Coast are going to come back. All right, I'm just saying that's what they said about Carlton and Richmond. So, but they were absolutely terrible, you know. So as far as Carlton, what's that?
I think West Coast beat Essendon last time they played often.
And they're playing over there. They're a little bit better, but really they were pretty terrible. You know, they just weren't tackling. I think what was it? The contested ball is the lowest ever recorded in the
the lowest ever contested possessions in a game since they've recorded the stat.
Yeah,
that tells you everything.
Right,
but in saying that, right, it was like the way I look at it, and I said this last night. So anyone that watched will, I'm just going to repeat myself, right? It was just the win you had to have just to break it. Is it going to change anything? I think where we thought we were going to be and where we are now, that's what's completely different realms. That's what's disappointed us. So what's happening now is you've got to gain their trust again. So you got North this week. You beat North, and then we got Geelong. That's the game I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? So beating West Coast was like, it really did. It was the worst. It's the only time we beat a team by 70 points, and I had no feelings afterwards. And we were all together. There was 70 people at the Sporting Globe, and I think we're all the same. You know, we were because what we saw in the first half, I wasn't too happy with. Is it the how do you say, the circuit breaker that kicks them off? Who knows? You just don't know until it happens.
Rocco, then I ask you something. I think I'm not sure if I asked you on the show last night. Are you really looking forward to the North Melbourne game? Because I know I'm not.
I said this last night. The game I'm looking forward to is Geelong.
Yeah,
right.
That's it.
But this week, I'm just looking forward to seeing, you know, like another performance and hopefully build up for Geelong. That's all I'm seeing.
Look,
I'm looking forward to the footy, of course.
What if you lose against North?
And it could happen.
Yeah.
Look, not based one week at a time, Rocco.
Does that mean it's time to say goodbye to Voss?
I think
they won't get rid of him.
Time to say goodbye to Voss, but they won't get rid of him then.
I think we're stuck with him till the end of the season.
I reckon even maybe, but it won't be.
Yeah,
it won't be for a while. It won't be for a while.
To be honest, like not based on the form, or not based on how we're playing, I expect to win.
Of course.
I have no other expectation than to beat them. Now, if they lose, look, am I really going to be surprised? No, but they should be winning this game by 50 points. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They should be kicking. Charlie Kerner should be kicking them off the pitch this week.
Yeah, it's a shoot.
Come on, boys. Honestly, mate.
What are you basing that off?
In the last 15 rounds, you boys have won 4 games. Well, you haven't played this week, but the last 15 games, you guys have bet West Coast twice and North Melbourne once, and you're still confident this week. And Rocco's jumping a gun by saying, you know, we're looking forward to Geelong. I'll tell you
Mark, I know what you've been doing, right? What you've been doing is you don't listen, and you've been waiting for your moment.
I am listening, mate.
Wait a second, Mark. You've been waiting for your moment to talk, and that shows a little bit of ignorance by you. And it's kind of a bit upsetting because we were having a proper discussion, and what you did was you've got some notes there, and you're just waiting to spill your rubbish, right? But what if you listen to us? What I said, mate. No, let me talk before I take you off. Let me talk before I take you off. Wait a second, Mark. Again, right? Don't just spill what you're ready to say that you're trying to prepare for during the day, right? I read you like a Mr. Men book, right? Listen to me. We already said what you said. So I don't need someone who follows one of the worst clubs, drug addict clubs in the world, to tell me what I've already said.
When did you say
what
that?
I've already said. I said to you before, right? You said, are you looking forward to it? And I said, no, the game I'm looking forward to is the Geelong game, right? I said, I expect and I think we should go on with it this week and have a win, but I'm not looking forward to the game. It's the week after. For us to believe that we could beat North by 50. North haven't been travelling well themselves. They've been getting punished. We have got a better side than them. So, of course,
what are you looking forward to, Rocco, against Geelong? You're saying you're looking forward to...
I think I'll back up Rocco.
I want to man up against a team like Geelong and see what really happens. Can we hold the pressure? You know, can we play well?
I think I back your statement up by it's not that you're looking past North Melbourne. You're not talking about North Melbourne as if, we're going to beat them, easy beat, that's it, finish in the book, wrap it up. I don't think he's saying it that way. I think he's talking more in the sense of looking forward to the Geelong game because that'll really show us how either bad. If we win, hypothetically say we win, whatever, that'll really show us.
You haven't even beaten North Melbourne yet.
Fucking listen to me, Minka.
Mark, stop saying the same rubbish, mate. Why don't you bring out one of your props? Why don't you bring out one of your props, mate? You can't even have a serious conversation, mate.
I am having
You're
hang on.
saying the same thing over. We're trying to explain to you something, and you keep saying the same thing. You keep saying the same thing.
Rocco, but what Mark is saying, hang on, Rocco, Seba, hang on. What Mark is saying.
What he's trying to say.
Right? No, but what he's saying is you played against Hawthorn. Now Hawthorn's not a crappy team. Hawthorn's a good side, yeah?
One of the best in the league at the moment.
Okay. And you guys, I think, lost from mistake, I think you lost by 20 points. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So there's a team that you could say that you've played against a team like Hawthorn and you guys sort of kept up to it. Yeah. Then you played against the Bulldogs. Yeah. Now the game against the Bulldogs, I mean, I think that was your game, and you guys. So obviously, there's some good things about the way your team is playing, but then there's some parts that are not. So what Mark is saying is that over that period of time now, we've seen the way Carlton's playing. You know that, but I mean, if you play against North Melbourne and North Melbourne, if North Melbourne comes to play, right, and puts up a good fight, then what's it going to prove to you as a Carlton supporter? It's going to just show you that there's. I know what you're saying, that this should be an easy game, or a game that we should be not worried too much about, because we're going to play up against a bigger team. It's more of a challenge.
It's not what we're saying, Manny.
It's not that I don't think it's...
No, wait a sec. It's not what we're saying, Manny. You're making up your own conversation.
I'm just trying to comprehend.
It's not that statement. Ask questions, right?
Not a statement. I'm just trying to comprehend.
You're just making up stuff. And Mark's the worst at it. He's reading notes that he done today. He can't see Mark. What Mark can't do is Mark can't have a conversation. All he can do is he doesn't listen to you, right? And all he does is he just spills what he wanted to say. It doesn't matter what was said before.
No, look. Personally, this is like my outlook on the game coming up on Friday. Personally, I don't think we will lose. Yeah, you can have it or what you will. I don't give a fuck. Personally, I don't think we will lose.
Well, you should.
I just don't think we will lose. But in saying that, yes, there's always a possibility you can lose. But I don't know why. I haven't been like this I wasn't even like this against the West Coast game.
You're already being negative, Seba, mate. You're saying, I don't think we should lose. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I said I don't think we will lose.
We should not lose. We should not lose.
I said that. Before you interrupted me there, I said we can't lose. We shouldn't be losing. We should be beating him. But I said that. I said we should be beating him by 50 points. We should be smashing him. Did I not, though?
So you're thinking about it.
No, but did I not say that?
So what, Mark? What a dumb thing. You don't think that you could lose against West Coast this week?
No, we should win.
Exactly what he said.
That's what I said to them, Laka. But and then now I'm saying is I don't think we will lose. I don't think we will lose, right? But to finish off the argument, not even an argument, to finish off what Rocco was saying, it's not that we're looking past. It's you're looking forward to the Geelong game, because let's be real here. North Melbourne is North Melbourne. It's North Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Geelong is Geelong. And when you guys go and play, when either one of your teams, when you guys go and play a Geelong or a Hawthorn, you always look forward to those games.
Well, Geelong beat Essendon by 40 points a couple of weeks ago.
Who?
And there you go. So, but Essendon sort of. What are they? What's your record now? 3-2, 2-2,
2 wins.
Oh, I think Geelong played Essendon.
2 wins with a percentage of 9. They're not travelling that great like they think. I'll give Mark a question. Do you think if you beat West Coast by 40, 50 points this week, right? Are you going to be wrapped? Or is it just the next step to the next big game to see where your real challenge is?
No, because I wouldn't be wrapped, Rocco, because
that's what we're saying. So that's what we're saying. Well, that's what we're saying. Like the wins will take the 4 points and we'll take them against North, right? That's not the issue. and you've only beaten them. You think we don't know that? You think that I need you to tell me my stat? Like, let's be serious, man. You can't even work out your own team. You're going to tell me about my team. The point is that we're saying is, if we want to see where we're at this year, really where we're at, it's Geelong, it's Adelaide, it's St Kilda, it's the next 3 games after North, right? So to say like, you're not making sense, bro, mate.
No,
of course, I'm looking forward to Geelong in the middle of the MCG with 100,000 people.
Because if we do beat North, which I do think we will beat North, if we do beat North, it'll still be the same rhetoric, the same talk about.
Yeah.
But it's only North Melbourne, which is
That's
100%,
right.
which is 100% fine, and I agree. It's just fucking North Melbourne. Yes, all right, they've gotten better, but realistically, it's still North Melbourne, and I won't. And if Matt comes on next week and we beat him by 50 points, or Manny says it, but it's only North Melbourne. I 100%, I agree with you.
I know. It's funny that like we say that about North and we said that about West Coast, and we go, and then, but just before that, you heard Manny go, you just beat North, you just beat West Coast. But when we say it, we get criticised for it. Like,
no, I'm not saying that.
I don't think Manny was criticising. I'll give it.
No, what I'm saying is.
Yes,
what I'm saying is,
I heard him. Did you hear him? Even at the start of the show, he goes, you beat West Coast. Like, how happy are you? Like, you think we don't know that?
I wasn't really paying attention.
I understand what you're saying. Now, you've
where are you gone?
You're looking forward to playing Geelong, because that's where it's going to show you where you're at. But you played against Collingwood 2 weeks ago. Doesn't that show where you're at?
But we're talking. We're here now.
No,
so you're talking about progression.
Frogs, boys.
You're progressing.
But at the moment, what did Liam say? I mean, but we're here now, right? We're here right now, right?
No, that's so good. That's good.
We got our first win, which like we needed it. Good on us. We did what we had to do. We're going to move on to North. Let's see what we can do. That hopefully we get a good win out of it. But as I said, we were meant to be in a different position now, and we're not. So now I want to see, because what we did against West Coast, there was no pressure. I want to see, like, some of these players played really well on the day, right? You got Durden kicking 4, you got Walter at 37, you got Carroll, who had a good game. I like that kid, right? But I want to see what they do up against some real pressure. And you know what? There's going to be a little bit of that this week against North. They're not going to make it easy for us.
Wait, Liam, what did you say just before?
When you were comparing it, mate, I was being silly. I said it's 2 different boxes of frogs as you're comparing it. That's what it is.
I've never heard that before.
It's a classic, mate.
I'm telling you. Fourever Rivals is the place for new quotes, man.
I do want to hear Liam's outlook on where we're at the moment and what he thinks of the game.
That's why I asked you guys the question at the start. I was like, did you guys play well, or did you just beat a really crap team? And again, I'll get a watch on Friday, which is fantastic. So I'll be able to again form my own opinion.
What's it on a watch?
It's just more. Are you guys going to play a game style that you think, we can beat teams, regardless of whether you're playing North or Geelong or Richmond or whoever? I just want to see, are you guys playing a good enough brand of football that it's like, we can go and we can win games and we can get back to that sort of top 8 position where we think we should have been at the start of the year.
Yeah, and that's why the next 4 weeks will show that.
Yeah,
and then we'll know.
That's what I need to see from you guys.
That's when, and then in 4 weeks' time, let's say you win all 4, and this is going to be against North, Geelong, Adelaide, and St Kilda, right? Let's say we beat, for some unknown reason, we beat fucking all 4 sides. Then you can turn around and go, you know what? Maybe we're back in it this year, right?
But even then again, you're still behind, because you gotta still rely on those other teams to really fuck up.
I do realise that, but if you beat
I know you do, but I'm not saying you don't. But you know what I'm saying.
And then shit might happen. Who knows? But if we just say we beat North and then we lose to Geelong and Adelaide and maybe beat St Kilda or lose to St Kilda, you're going to be back where you were. You're going to say, well, we're really nowhere this year, and we've gone backwards.
Middle of the road.
It's over. That's what's going to happen. I don't know what's happening to Mark, but we should get him on again soon.
I'm here.
Oh yeah, Mark's here. Here he is. He's got a different vision now. What are you doing, Mark?
Jesus, mate, this
I
is
fucking lost it, bro.
Everyone go on the side.
Am I doing Mark's tips again?
What's that?
Am I doing Mark's tips again?
Yeah, you can do Mark's.
Did you take my tips back from my tips for him from last week down?
Yeah, you got 8.
I'd like to know what I actually got.
I've got him. Well, you went pretty much opposite to what he did, so I reckon
I would have got maybe like 3.
I reckon you got about 3 this week. Yeah, you got 3.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's it. All right, listen, man.
Yeah. I'll let you go, but good chat. Marco.
Oh, Seba, one thing before you go, mate. Big game tonight. Arsenal and Real Madrid, mate. What's happening? Can you hold on? Are you going to beat them? Is this it? Semi-finals Arsenal all the way to
I think Liam, it'll be a 1-0 to the Arsenal.
1-0 to the Arsenal? Who's scoring the goal? Saka, Marino?
I'm gonna go with around the 30th minute. I'm gonna go Saka from outside the box, left foot curler.
Mate, if you get that right, fair play.
Yeah, no,
that's lucky, man. I hope you guys win.
I don't think Real Madrid will beat us because they're gonna have to come out again and try and play, and we haven't conceded 3 for almost 4 years. So,
and I think is Mbappe playing?
Mbappe's a bum. He's another sook. Mbappe and Vinicius, they're all sooks. But I'll leave it at that.
All right, thanks for coming on because we're going to have we got a special guest coming on.
See you, Manny.
See you there.
See you, Liam. Take care, boys. See you.
Love it, mate. Funny boys.
All right, listen, man. The person, here he is. Are you ready to come on? Nod if you're ready to come on. Are you ready to come on? All right. Now, I think this is who it is, but just remember, I've got him on. I'll put him on mute if he tries to be, but I think he's going to be a decent person. You want to get ready? Let's go. We got Flag Pies 25.
Hey,
how are you, mate?
How are ya?
Now,
good, buddy.
Is this who you really are, or do you go by a different name?
This is no regrets, buddy.
Is it?
No hey, listen, your mic's a bit like buffled. I don't know. It sounds like very, very.
Yeah. Nah, I'm on a phone at the moment.
Is there like a volume, or maybe move the mic away a bit?
Is that all right?
Yeah. Oh well, we can live with it. All right. So we got no regrets on here. I can't believe that.
You can live with that, buddy. You have lived with that. You have lived with a flag for 30 years, so you can live with this. But you can be stronger than that.
All right.
I definitely can. But how you going, mate?
Oh, good, mate. How's happening? I'm always on this channel, mate.
I know you are.
I love it.
You're on the channel, mate. We've had back and forth for a while now, me and you, haven't we?
Mate, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap, right?
Yeah, we've had a bit of banter.
Hey, man, how are you? Don't let Rocco bully you, buddy. We're all here side by side.
Man, he's got a friend.
We got Mark on there too. Say hi to. Hey, we got no regrets on the channel, mate.
Hey, no regrets. How you going, buddy?
Oh, he's frozen up, man. Don't freak up on us. I wanted to ask you a few questions.
I used to have some regrets about coming on.
All right. While we're there, he's frozen up again, mate. Get yourself some good internet, guys. What's wrong? These two people at the bottom, no regrets, and Marco, mate, your internet is stuffed, mate. Yeah, he's frozen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove him. I can see him at the bottom here, so when he comes back on, I'll bring him back on. But while he's there, let's go into this one here, man. We had again, man. I don't know how happy you are. You bet Melbourne. They're probably the second worst side on the thing, but you'll probably make it out as being like a grand final victory. But anyway, it was 9-9-57 to 15-8, I think. 96. Again, they made a bit of a challenge, but you seem to get away. You get away from them right at the end, especially that last quarter. So I'll leave it up to you, man.
No, spot on there, Rocco. Obviously it wasn't the prettiest game to watch and gather around there. But I thought it would have been a lot closer than what it was. So, obviously 40 points which is a pretty good win. I think after halftime, I think we got a few fresh legs going again, and we overpowered the Demons, mate. And they're starting to look a little bit sad at the moment with some of their older players. I don't think they've got the speed and the freshness in their legs to overrun games. So, congratulations to the boys. Congratulations to obviously Archie Perkins, nominated Rising. Zach.
Oh no!
You got me, boys. You still got me.
Yeah,
we still got you. You can talk if you want. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay, Zach Merritt. Obviously, another fantastic game. 38 disposals. I'd back him to win the Brownlow this year. Good to see Zach Reed, young player, very, very consistent in the back line. Probably played his best games for the year for the Essendon Football Club. Sammy Draper was awesome through the ruck and around the ground. And Westerfield was very, very, very consolidated throughout the game. 21 possessions. I think he held his spot there. So, look, I mean, we get the 4 points. We don't look too forward into the Collingwood game. We look to next week, which is against West Coast, 2-2. We've obviously had a pretty bad start, or disrupted start to the season. But I think 2-2, I'm happy with at this stage. We go out there this Friday evening against the West Coast Eagles at home. And we should get the points over them. But looking forward to also the Anzac Day against the Magpies there. So,
that's going to be mad.
But it's 1 week at a time, as they say, Rocco. 1 week at a time, mate.
You said at home. You guys are playing in where are you guys playing? You're playing in Perth, yeah?
Down here, mate. Off the stadium.
Yeah, we're playing at their home ground, mate. So. Completely different than gather round these days. You can never tell who's going to win. So, so over there, look, they're going to put up a bit of a fight. We're not going into the tips at the moment, but
he gave himself a bit of an out there. Did you notice?
Mate.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, like I said, Rocco, 2-2. We had a disrupted start to the season, obviously with the Cyclones there at Brisbane. So we're still one game away from everybody else. But it was great to see the Bombers after half time. For some reason, I've got this funny feeling that, the game's changing. It's all about, the fast-paced, athletic players at the moment that start to reap rewards. So we've got a few of those young guns that are coming through slowly. So fantastic effort. I was rapt. We get the extra 4 points, and it keeps us a little bit close to the top 8.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're happy that you beat Melbourne, second on the ladder, who look like they're almost going to be relegated. That's how bad they were. But anyway, no regrets. Have you got a game? So you're doing really bad. You're doing really good. You bet Melbourne. Well done. No regrets.
Come on, Rocco. And Melbourne. Look, they've got some fantastic players in the midfield, and
they're doing fantastic.
They hadn't won a game. They hadn't won a game, and I felt that these games you need to win, and Melbourne did perform, and Essendon did. So look, Melbourne obviously are not playing to their potential, but they'll win a few games this week.
You should be proud. You should be proud of yourself that a team that they're talking about sacking the coach and players want to leave. They've got no wins. They look terrible. No, you've done a really good job. I would be proud of your team. Well done.
Well,
Hey, no regrets. Have you got a question from? Have you got a question from Mark?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
No, I'm not getting ahead of myself. We're talking about your game and how you beat
Oh.
almost the bottom of the ladder. Hey, no regrets. Have you got a question for Mark?
Question for Mark?
Yeah. Big Essence supporter. He reckons they're ready to meet you in a couple of weeks' time. What do you reckon?
Couple of weeks times. Well, I'm not really worried about a couple of weeks times. Just the game tomorrow, and then we'll sort it out from there.
That's true. That's true. But as far as Mark goes with the Essendon, what are you thinking about Mark and the Essendon side? How are they going, mate? How are they? Are they travelling okay?
Just I can't say Mark. I can't say Mark at the moment. It's just like Essendon game plan, non-existent. You can't see it.
Nah, mate, he's avoiding questions, mate.
He's avoiding questions too. Yeah, it is too. So tell me another thing, mate. You're a big Pie supporter, yeah? How long you been supporting the Pies?
Since 2000.
Oh, really? Since 2000. So, before that.
Yeah, I live overseas. I live overseas. I just came to Melbourne in a couple of years.
Where do you come from, mate?
I'm from Fiji.
Oh, nice, man. We got a Fiji, and I love that, man. I love that.
Bula. Bula.
Bula bula.
What does that mean? Does that mean hello?
Yeah, g'day, mate.
Yeah, hello.
Does it, man?
Am I?
Yeah.
Fiji, I've never been to Fiji, but I heard it's very nice over there, man. And do you get down to the games and that? Whereabouts do you live? Do you get down to the games?
Yeah, always at the game. I went to the 22 Premier Final with the G squad.
Which game? Which game?
The 2022 Premier Final at Sydney. I went with the G squad on the bus.
Oh, nice. Did you go all the way in the cheer squad in the bus? That would be pretty good experience. I reckon that would be such a good time going all the way down with everyone in the bus. That would have been fucking sick, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. We were singing all the way, but when we come back, we were crying back home. So it wasn't good.
That's the game where you lost by a point. Yeah, I know that. Oh,
yeah,
mate.
that's the one.
8 hours would have been
That's
like
the one. Oh, it was forever coming back.
But you made it
and exiting the stadium, we got these Sydney fans swearing at us, telling us to go back to Victoria while we're taking all our what stuff. Yeah, so it is what it is.
Did you give him the finger?
No, I don't give finger.
Listen, you've been a star, man. You've come back, and we've had some back and forth, but you've always come back, man, and you're ready to give it when you're and you're ready to take it, and you give it back, man, and that's what I love about it, man. So you've been a star, and you've also jumped.
I will be here. I will be here crying when we lose, and I'll be here laughing when we win.
That's what we all do. That's what we do, man. We take the good with the bad, man, and that's a good thing. And as I said, man, it's a bit of banter between us, and but I love it, and I'm still going to give it to you. So I'm ready for your comments because some of them are fucking like.
Nah.
Some of them are on.
I think I'm gone past you now because I think I'm gone past you. Before, every of your banter is sometimes hurt me, but now I've gone past you. It's like we've gone past you now.
All right, mate. All right, man.
He's better you, Rob.
He's throwing the gauntlet down. All right, don't worry, mate. I'm going to go harder from now on. I'm going harder from now on, mate.
No, honestly, when I watch the show, sometimes the things you say it's really hit me. Like I really want to say something, but after the last game we played, I know that you're nowhere closer to us. So I'm just gonna move forward. I'm just gonna move forward. I'm not looking back anymore.
That's the best way to be. That's the best way to be. But just remember, footy as a way of getting you back. So I wouldn't get too confident, mate, because footy is a way of getting you back. So So,
I
but it's
know,
good.
I know. You're 100% right there. I've heard this a lot, but I'll tell you this: I believe in Fly and the boys. Black pies is gonna happen.
You reckon
Flex
this year
Pies
you're going to win the
25.
flag?
Right.
Yep.
All
Put it in the bank.
Money in the bank. I like that. All right. No, it's good, man. It's good to be confident. And to tell you the truth, I mean,
I'm
you're
going
doing the
for
top.
a smoke in a minute.
Well, we can't. First of all, fix up your fucking camera, mate.
I didn't even know you were there.
I didn't even know. Anyway, hey, make sure you get back on next time, mate. Next week after Brisbane, I mean, give you about a 30, 40 point thumping. Come on next week.
No problem. I'll be here after Pies. After Pies beat Brisbane by 40 points. Brisbane is no closer to the Pies. See you, buddy.
Thanks, brother. See you, mate. Thanks, brother. See you, mate.
See you, mate. Yeah. That's
how good's that? No, look, it took 2 years. 2 years, but we got no regrets on. And 2 weeks ago, we got rat poison on. Hey, we are bringing the community together, mate. Just remember that.
Uniting.
We are uniting the community. I agree.
Uniting the community. The only thing we can't do at the moment is try and get Marco on. He's had a week. This is his second week now. Something's not right.
Yeah, we'll get it sorted out, boys. My apologies again, but I've got to look at my wife's changed the internet providers and stuff like that, and I don't know what's going on.
What I'm going to do, Mark, I'm going to put you back at the bottom. I can see you, so as soon as you come back on, I'll put you back in. Yeah, and I want to get someone else on.
I can see you boys now clear. Can you see me?
No,
we can't see you, but we can hear you.
You're a black screen, mate.
You sound clear as day.
All right, let's get one of our.
I can see all you boys. I can see all you boys.
Well, we can't see you, so shut up for now. We get one of our big supporters. Oz, how are you, mate?
Good. How you going?
I call you the Jake. There you go. Member every year, mate. Like no regrets. He's a member every year. Hey, listen, I heard too. No regrets. Oz, but I'll just be talking to no regrets. I heard Oz that. Do you do some videos on wrestling? What do you do, mate? What's going on with you? Do you do some?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do wrestling reviews. Yeah.
There you go, mate. We didn't know that, mate. Let everyone know so we can watch it, man. You know how many wrestling fans we have on this channel? We have heaps of wrestling. You know that when you listen to Jumper Punch and that, they're always talking about the wrestling. Tuesday night's a big night. Everyone catches up on the wrestling, and of course after the Jumper Punch. But what's your channel called, or what can we look for, mate?
Yeah, drop the link, mate.
Yeah, sure. I'll drop the link.
Oh,
what's it
One
called?
sec.
Oh, you can put it on. All right, cool. Yeah, everyone's a big WrestleMania fan, mate. They love it. Man. I'm telling you.
Weekend, man. It's exciting.
I go back to the days where Andre the Giant, Jesse the Body Ventura, Jake the Snake.
Give me a second.
So you get that ready. In the meantime, what we're going to do is, you get that, and we'll keep you on, and we'll have a bit of a chat to you. But let's do something else while we're here. Let's have a look at this game. 7-5, 10, 12, 108. You kind of kept up with them for a little while, but then they were just too good for you, weren't they?
I just put the link to my channel in the chat.
Yeah, I can't see it.
You put the link in the general chat. Where is it?
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah. I'll figure it out later. All right, I don't know. I'll check it later. I'll talk about my game then.
Have you got the link up?
Yeah. Don't know. I can't see it.
I can't see it. It's not up there, man.
It's not there? Oh, hang on.
No. You work that out, and you tell us about your game, mate.
I will. All right. Yeah. So look, it was a game of two halves, really, wasn't it? First half, I thought we were really good. I probably thought we were the better team in the first half, if I'm being honest. Second half, not good enough. It's it's probably the first time where I've come out of a game this year where I've been pretty disappointed with the result, because I was kind of like, we should have done better than that. Couple interesting things that I missed last week, because I didn't know about the. Wait, what's happening?
Oh, you know what's going to happen, Oz? It won't put up the link because it won't allow people to put up links. Yeah, you're not a moderator.
Okay.
Won't let you put up. So what is it? What are you called?
It's Oz 8's 8347.
Oz 8's.
Oz 8347. That's the.
So what is
it? ATES. OZATES.
Yep.
ES.
Yep.
And then 8347.
All right. What you do is don't put in the link. Just write it into the chat. Just write it in, not as a link.
Just put it. Okay.
Yeah, just put it as a word. Yeah. All right, and keep going, Liam.
So look, I didn't get a chat about it last week, but there was a couple big outs for us, which were named Thursday, which was a surprise. Sammy Lawler was out with a hip flexor, just pulled up a bit sore. I think we're managing him being our star player, going forward. So you don't want your rookie getting injured early on, like 4 games into his career. But Harry Armstrong, he's also injured, and he's gone for 12 weeks now with a high hamstring tear, which is really bad. But back to the game, back to reviewing that. I've actually got to call the coach into a question for a couple things this time. We had a tag on Caleb Sarong early. Camden McIntosh was doing a brilliant job, but we dropped it. Why did we drop it? I don't know. Wasn't working. Ben Miller down back on Josh Tracy. He's getting his butt kicked. And, we have a guy, Jacob Blight, who would have spent a lot of time playing with him at Peel Thunder, playing up forward, playing in the ruck. He was doing a good job, to be fair, but why didn't you make the switch and put him down there on Ben Miller? On Josh Tracy instead of Ben Miller. He had 6 goals kicked against him in like 2.5 quarters. It was shocking. So there was definitely some coaching decisions from Adam Uze that I wasn't too happy with. I think our biggest problem across the first 5 games from what I've seen, though, is defensively, it's stopping teams' ball movement, but also the momentum. Like once Freo got going in that game and started getting their game under their terms, we just couldn't stop them. We couldn't stop their momentum, and that's a killer in footy. So I think we've still got a fair bit to go. There's a lot of positives.
That second half, you guys were shocking that second half. There was no positives.
We were, mate. We were shocking.
There's no positives there, especially one goal. Mate, no. Was 1 goal, 2. That's you might as well just should have just said, you know what, let's just pack it up and go home, because it was.
Well, honestly, mate, I'm not disagreeing with you. I thought that after halftime we did be like, all right, we've played for half. Let's get the bus out of Adelaide now. From the performance that we saw, I really did. I was very disappointed because that first half was really good. There's a lot of things that I liked about it, but again, some of those coaching decisions, some of the effort. Again, I think it was back on the senior players again. I thought Nankervis was one of our best in the first half, but he didn't have that tackling pressure. He wasn't working well around the ground in the second half. That's your captain, that's your leader, and he's putting in that performance. It's hard for the other guys to follow and go with it. I do want to give a good shout out to Jonty Fowler. It was his first game, which was nice. Obviously, unfortunately, in place of Harry Armstrong, but he did come in, play his first game. Same thing, probably didn't have the stats to say that he had a good game, but I really liked how he went about it. He presented well. He worked hard all day, took a couple really nice grabs. Unfortunately, couldn't kick the goal, but I think, now that he's probably going to get an extended period in the side, I'm happy to see what he does. But like you said, mate, and I said it myself, first half, really good, lot of good things to take away from it. It's just, if you're going to do that and then put up what you did in the second half, won't have it at all.
Look, again, like with a team did you really expect anything other than that in this year from Richmond? You're going to play good quarters, you're going to play good halves, you're going to win a game here and there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Pull one out. But you're a young side. Like it's even hard to give it to you, because what did you expect from Richmond?
Well, I think the thing is that it's hard because you watch us play in that first half and you think we can do it.
Yeah.
Well, why can't you do it for full game? Well,
but
let's go back to round one when we beat you. We did it pretty much. I mean, you guys had us in the first quarter.
You only did it for a half. You only did it for a half. Yeah, but you only did it for a half.
I think we did it for longer than a half in the first game. But I'm just saying, is like, I think we have shown
40 points up, so you might have done it. We were 40 points up, so you might have done it for like a 2.5 quarters, let's say. But what I'm saying about your side is that's what young sides do. They play half a footy and then they fall over, you know what I mean? And it's to get that consistency. And it's all about how long can you sustain, because you can sustain that pressure for a while, but good sides do it for longer, you know what I mean? And at the moment, you're relying on these young kids to do it, you know what I mean? But like Seba, that first half looked okay. That first half looked good. But when you look at it, and you don't think Fremantle knew that if we keep going, we'll get them, you know, because they're going to tire out. They're going to lose their structure. You know, they're young kids. So it's not all doom and gloom for you guys. Like, I think you've got more upside than the Melbourne and the West Coast.
Oh, 100%. I think if you're picking right now, a lot of us had us probably wooden spooners, but 100%. I think West Coast will take that, and hopefully we finish it above Melbourne or someone too. But I think we need to just be. It's just a little better, and I like what you said about the young guys doing it. But for me, again, it's the senior players when we start going bad. Why are these guys not stepping up and being like, "Hey, shit, guys, the game's getting away from us. We need to lift." They're the ones whose efforts drop. I think that's the difference. I understand we're going to fall away in games, but it's the effort and the attitude that I don't like seeing. Some of those efforts, I'm just kind of like, you're not even trying.
Liam, can you hear me, mate? Can you hear me, buddy?
I can hear you, mate.
Do you honestly believe that Adam Uze is the right coach for you guys, being a young side and having potential going forward? I've just got a slight kind of issue about, I think, him not being the right coach for the Richmond Football Club. They've got a few options, I think, you know, with some older coaches like John Longmire and Hinkley and maybe Voss, maybe, or Goodwin. You know, do you think he's a right coach for the young players to perform and play for the club? That's my concern for the Richmond Football Club at the moment.
Yeah, you did ask me a similar question the other week, Mark, and I've said again, Uze's a young coach. We have a young team. We need to build together. I did disagree with some of his coaching decisions this week, but he's 20, 30 games into his coaching career. He's going to learn. He's going to get better too. As much as it's disappointing on how we finished off that game. I think that's a joke to say that let's get rid of Uze. It's not working. We need to give him a chance. I think this is one that Hodge and Corn were talking about last night with Alistair Clarkson. It's like let's give him a chance first, right? Let's not just be like, oh, well, it's 5 games in, it's not working. Let's get rid of him. Like, got to give us a chance. So I'm sticking with Uze.
How long have you been coaching?
Coach. He's a proven coach.
How long have you been coaching? You don't have to be a proven coach.
Uze took over last year. Uze started in 2024. So
it's been a year and a half. People, I reckon it's a ridiculous question. It's been a year and
it's not ridiculous, Rocco, because at the end of the day, is he the right man for the club? He could be there for another 2 or 3 years, and they obviously, they're not performing, and they're still on the bottom of the ladder, and they're going to say, he wasn't the right coach for the club.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
But 1 year, and you're saying already, are you the right coach? He's been in 1 year, right? He's taken over Richmond last year. This year was his first year that he's got a group of players together. So he's got a game plan. He's trying to get a group of players to play in one way, and you're giving him 5 games and asking if he's – I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, if he goes down another couple of years and you're not winning any games, then you go, all right. But fucking hell, 5 games and you're asking if you should sack him. Like he's just got a brand new group of players. He's got a brand new group of kids
if
in
you're
there.
asking if he's the right coach, you sack him. Can I say something just on this, Mark? Our previous coach, Damien Hardwick, is the same thing. He came in as a brand new coach. His first couple of seasons, they weren't great. We struggled. We were down the bottom again. But it's the same thing he built with that team. Do you know the players who he got in the door when he first started at that club? Trent Cotchin, Jack Rewalt, Dustin Martin, Alex Rance, Dylan Grimes. All those guys who became key pillars in our premiership side. Why was that? Because he had the time to build and grow with these players. That's what I'm saying. I think if you give Uze the time and build and grow with these players, all these guns that we've got in now, you know, Sam Waller, John T. Fowl, Luke Trainer, all these guys that we've picked up this year.
So you're obviously comfortable with him.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm just saying I don't think it's a question of whether he's the right man to take the job. I think you're kind of saying, do we get rid of him? No, we don't get rid of him. We keep him. You got to trust the process. You got to trust the process.
It's a brand new squad, mate. You've got a brand new team. Like, I can understand if you're going to take over an established side and then your team goes backwards, right? He's got a brand. It's one of the biggest list changes in like recent history for Richmond, man. You've got to give him some go, man. Oh, fucking hell, 5 games, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, listen, Oz.
Yeah.
First of all, I do want to talk while you're there, and we might as well get this done, and let's get this over and done with. Your job here, Liam. Or is it Liam or is it Manny? I think it's Manny. Manny does this. What's going on? Here's the ladder.
Manny can do the ladder.
Thank you very much, Rocco. Well, it's looking like it's going to be a really, really tough season, close season this year. It was a bit like last year. I think over the next 4 or 5 weeks, those teams who are just outside of the 8, when I say out of the 8, like St Kilda, maybe Sydney, and maybe even Port Adelaide, maybe competing for a position in the 8. But football can change week by week. But the Magpies, top 4. They're looking okay at the moment. They're looking pretty good. And it's nice to see we've got a good percentage. We haven't had a decent percentage in a very, very long time. And of course, Essendon, like usual, they got their 2 wins. Their percentage has always been rotten. Richmond, well, we can't expect much for Richmond. And congratulations to Carlton. Welcome to the winning form there for Carlton. So it's going to be a tough season for my competitors, shall I say that, at this stage.
Early days, mate. Just let's get past this week and then we'll talk business, man. All right, Oz. So everyone, make sure, first of all, Seba, thanks for the $3, Mark, mate. He's building a list. He's talking about the coach again, man. You got to give him a go, mate. Give him a go, mate. But while he's there, we got fucking hell, where did it go, man? So many comments here. So we had your far out. So what was it again? Oz, where was it?
Oz 8347.
Yeah, so already people have found the channel and subscribed, which is good, man. So it's all about wrestling, and people love wrestling on this channel, right? They just love the wrestling, right? We always talk about it. So what do you do, man? Do you go, here you go, Peter got it. So here it is, man. So anyone that wants to support our great man, get on there, man. I'm gonna definitely subscribe. We're all gonna subscribe here. Everyone in the chat is gonna subscribe, man, and give you a bit of kick. So what do you do, man? Well, you love the wrestling. Who's your favorite wrestler? Well, let's have a bit of a debate here. Who is the best wrestler at the moment?
At the moment,
I like AJ Styles. He's my current favorite.
A phenomenal one. Nice one. Good pick.
Seba's going to jump in here, mate, but real keen in the fucking into the wrestling, mate. So you reckon, yeah. And what's your channel about, mate? Like, you just talk about the past events of the previous week of wrestling and what's going on, yeah?
Yeah, and I also do retro reviews as well. Going back to like 2004, 2005, I've done recently.
Oh, do you?
2005. 2005 is the year I'm covering. Yeah, of WWE.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think from memory, is it WrestleMania 40?
41.
41. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's that's coming up soon, later this week. Yeah.
What do you reckon about what Seba says? HBK and John Cena, the greatest of all time. What do you reckon, mate? You're the retro man. What do you reckon? Who's the greatest of all time?
I reckon Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake.
And Jesse the Buddy Ventura.
Up there, yeah.
What do you reckon?
That's before my time. I'd say HBK and Stone Cold. They're up there. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold has to be right up there, man. Stone Cold has to be up there. Look, I'm old school with everything I do. So for me, it's Hulk Hogan, right? He's the GOAT. If you're going to put him up on there, it has to be like Hulk Hogan. I like The Rock. But Rock isn't the real fucking. He's not a real wrestler, so I don't know, man.
El Grande. Is it El Grande? Is that his name? El Grande.
Americano, yeah.
Now El Grande Americano. That sounds like a pizza.
Yeah.
It does too. What about the Junkyard Dog, mate? Remember the Junkyard Dog? He was a
Junkyard Dog. That's right. Yeah. Andre the Giant.
Andre the Giant, mate. Yeah. Andre the Giant.
That's the
guy. He's another one.
Yeah, he's another one. Yeah. That was some good bloody red. You know what I liked? George the Animal Steel, man. He was the funniest one out of the lot, mate. And what about the Sheik? Remember the Sheik?
Mate.
Bit before my time, but I remember him, yeah.
What about Mr. Wonderful? There was Jerry the King. I saw another one here. This one was a good one. What about Roddy Piper? Remember him?
Yeah.
These are some old school.
Jake Roberts. Geez, there was a lot of them.
Oh, the Undertaker. He was one that
Undertaker, yeah.
I just said it, yeah. Can anyone do the eye roll or nah? I can't.
Nah, no way.
That's a problem.
Nah, I can't do it, man.
All right, so before we let you go, also make sure everyone gets on and make sure you get on and support him. You're going to the game. What's your prediction for this week's game, mate?
24 to 30 points for us to win.
34. And who's going to be BOG?
Either Cripps or Walsh again.
Oh, I hope Walsh continues on. I hope they let him loose a lot. I hope they keep him on the outside like they did against West Coast. Give him a bit of space. I hope they keep Cooper Lord in there. Keep him in the middle so he can do the hard work. I hope they move Cripps up forward at times. And you know, so I just hope that they just let him just run free a bit. Keep bloody Hollands on the wing. Make sure we don't drop. I keep forgetting his name. What was the new kid that came in?
Will White.
No, the other guy.
What, Will White?
Carroll.
No, the other guy. Starts with C. Come on, guys, in the chat. Who debuted this week? Last week? Carroll, man.
Carroll, yeah.
Yeah, I hope because Akers will come in. I hope they don't do something stupid like drop Carroll. You know what I mean? I think they need to keep the kid in there and get him playing, mate. So, yeah, so it should be good. So, 24, you got Fing. And how many goals? Who's going to be leading goal kicker?
Nick Larkin.
That's a good question. Cripps, maybe?
Oh, mate, if Cripps is leading goal kicker.
Yeah.
I hope Kerno is so we can get a bit of form.
I hope Kerno keeps it through, yeah.
Yeah, and maybe I hope Durden can keep it up as we definitely need a small forward to keep going, yeah?
Yeah.
That's it. All right, Odds, thanks for coming on again. You're a star.
I've got one more question for him.
Make sure you get onto his channel. Make sure you support him. And, we look forward to your your reviews of the wrestling, man. Well done, Oz. We'll see you at the game.
Yeah. Oz, do you play Supercard?
Yeah.
There you go.
No, I don't play Supercard. Do you?
Oh, yeah, I do, mate. I play it a bit. It's good fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mate.
All right, there you go.
Right, all good.
Talking about
See
their
ya.
games. Well done. Thanks, Oz. You're a star. See you, mate.
Yeah. I'll be at the game on Friday.
Yeah, we'll be there, mate. Hopefully we see you, mate. We'll be there, definitely.
Emerald City.
See you, mate.
All right. See you guys.
Boom. Where did Mark go?
Look who's
Yeah,
back.
Mark's trying to.
Far out, mate.
Hey!
There we go.
Welcome back, Mark. Welcome to the show.
All I've got to say.
I'm over this media technology bullshit, mate. I'll tell you right now.
All I've got to say about this, mate, this show so far.
I think you hit the word on the nail, mate. Football. It's about football. You love football. You know.
We've hit the word on the nail tonight, mate. We've hit the word on the nail, mate.
Word on the nail.
Fucking good, mate. All right, listen.
Word on the nail.
You know what we're going to do, because far out we've been talking like heaps. I might see if anyone else wants to come on, but in the meantime, I would love someone like Hawker come on or something. But let's do, we're going to do the tips right now, Mark. Well done. I'm glad that you're on the ball. I'm glad that you decide to like jump on every once in a while. Like we're really appreciative of that, mate. We're really appreciative of that, mate. All
Well,
right,
he's a guest. He is a guest. So
you are a guest. You are
That's
a
right.
real guest, to tell you the truth, mate.
I don't get paid for this, mate. I don't get paid for this. It's all
You don't have to get paid. This is an intent. You don't get paid. You think I get paid for this? It actually costs me, Mark. It actually costs me so you can have a good time on a Wednesday.
Mate. All right. Should we get into some tips then, fellas?
Let's do some tips, mate. Let's do some tips.
First up, Collingwood away to the top of the table. The reigning premiers, Brisbane Lions, Thursday night. I do think Collingwood can upset them. I really do, but I don't want you to win. And also, I do think Brisbane's a better team. So I'm gonna stick with Brisbane. I won't be surprised if you win, though. Hurts to say.
Yep, I'm going Brisbane.
Yep. Spot on there, mate. I think the Pies, they've won the last 4 games, which is a great effort. But I think the Brisbane Lions will be too strong, and they'll break your winning record the last 4 games. So Brisbane for me, I think just a little bit too strong for you, Manny, mate. But good luck for Anzac Day, mate. You might have a couple of losses in a row.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate your.
So we've already let me warn you. We've already given the reviews of our games and what we're going to be doing. So let's just do a quick one because it's already like 7. Yep. So who do you think is going to win, Manny? And give me
Magpies.
And by how much?
Look, I reckon we're going to win by about 18 points.
All right, cool. All right, Jimmy, you want me to send you my PayPal? I can send you my PayPal. Just give me. No worries, mate. We'll do that. 2 weeks ready for the Pies. Yes. Many. All right, let's go. Next one.
So 2 games for Good Friday. Couple more rival teams. First game up, North Melbourne versus Carlton. We've already spoke a little bit about this one, and we believe Carlton need to get the job done. I think they do. I'm tipping Carlton.
Naturally, I tipped Carlton. I think I picked them for about 34 points. I reckon we'll win by. So,
surprise.
Yeah, no, I remember there was a famous quote by someone about against Carlton Richmond. That Carlton was a 4-goal quarter per quarter. So I've got a feeling that North Melbourne are going to do the job. I think they're going to beat Carlton.
Nice, I like it. I'll catch up on
Gee whiz, mate. Gee whiz. I was just about to do a flip of the coin game for this one, but obviously Carlton have to win. Not I would like them to win. They have to win. And going on that, Carlton just. Just.
Wow. Geez, that put a bit of strain on you there, Mark.
It did, mate. I was going to go North, but I'll be honest. I think Carlton they need to win this game.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right.
Was that the word on the nail? Was it, Mark? Carlton's got to win this game. I'm glad I got you on as a guest because just your knowledge and just the inspirational words from you just really hit home here. You're so onto it, man. Anyway, next game.
Next game, Friday night over here in Perth. West Coast Eagles versus the Essendon Bombers. Oh look, I'd love to see Essendon lose, but nah, West Coast is shocking, man. I got to tip Essendon.
Yeah, I agree. If the Bombers lose against the Eagles, which you never know, but no, I reckon Essendon will just look. I think Essendon will win, but I don't think it's going to be, what Carlton did to the Eagles. I think Essendon will just get over the line.
I'm going to go Essendon because I've seen the way, but I'm going to use the same line Mark used against us. I think the pressure's on you guys this week because West Coast played so bad. They're going to bring back some players, but they gave him a bit of a test, so they'll bring back Callie and that. Right, that bloke's a good player. I think he just needed. I think for some reason they just dropped him. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting game on Friday, mate. And if you lose to that, I'm telling you, I wouldn't show up next week, Mark. Just quietly, I would not show up next week. So yes, I'm sure everyone's going to go by Essendon.
It's obviously the jacket waving game, mate. Jacket waving game. So hence again, we're not playing really good football, but it gives us an opportunity to start playing some great football. So I think we'll beat the teams that are below us, and we should beat those teams that are below us. So Essendon by 35 points.
Done. Yeah. Everyone's got Essendon.
Actually, before I get to that next game, Mark, I actually went to Sheedy's last game over here. It was at Subiaco Oval way back when as a kid, and we were all doing the jacket waving then. That was, I don't know, it would have been like 10 maybe.
Kevin Sheedy, mate.
I remember going like
done a lot for football. He's done a lot for football, Kevin Sheedy. That was
a fun moment. All right, but anyway, moving on to the next games. We're into Saturday. First up is Melbourne versus Fremantle, and kind of the same as the game we just spoke about. Like I think, Melbourne obviously needed a little bit better, but I just don't see it happening. And from my memory, I think Fremantle are actually really good against Melbourne, even back in like when Melbourne were actually a good team. Yeah. Fremantle still managed to beat them. So, yeah, it's Freo for me in this one.
Freo for me too. As I said, like West Coast are bad. Melbourne aren't far behind, you know what I mean? And really, Essendon just beat them. So, you did. That one stage that was coming back for you. How much? You kicked a couple of late goals, mate, when they fell over, mate. They almost beat you, and they're absolutely down at the Dundra. So that's why I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised if West Coast win. But in this game, Fremantle will I reckon they'll beat Melbourne quite comfortably, just to quietly tell you the truth, even though it's at MCG.
Yeah, Fremantle for me.
I think everyone Fremantle.
No. Yeah. I think Melbourne will win this game. They have to win this game. So it's at the MCG, and Freo don't play too well.
You're in a good position in the tipping. Why are you making these tips?
Well, they did. I'm telling you, they played well against Essendon. You know, they made them look like second rate for like three quarters.
They've got the players there, mate.
They might come back.
They've got the players. They've got the experience, and they have to win. Yeah. So
they're shocking. As I said, yeah. Look, Melbourne are shocking, and that's why.
It's hard. Yeah.
I'm picking I reckon the Eagles will win this, but I'll go for. We're going back to that game, are we? All right, next game.
Right. Next game. This is actually an interesting one. We've got Adelaide versus the Giants. Adelaide probably they just kind of look like they ran out of legs in this one, but they're coming off a 9-day break, so that'll help. Giants coming off a 6-day break, another game back in Adelaide. I think Giants might be a better team, but I have a feeling Adelaide's going to bounce back in this one. I want to tip them. I'm going to tip Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah. What do you reckon? I'm going to go. Last night, I think this was one of the flip of the coins for me. It's a tough game. There's a few tough games in this, but I'm going to go Adelaide only because it's in Adelaide and they're a better side over there. So I'm going Adelaide. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Adelaide.
For me. Yep, Adelaide for me too. Many Adelaide.
Oh, all right. I think that's the first one we've all agreed on. Maybe I don't know. All right, let's move on to my team's game. Richmond versus Gold Coast on Saturday night. Joe, this is actually the same as Fremantle against Melbourne. Gold Coast have always been good against us. Even when they were a brand new team, they were good against us. And they pumped us a couple of times last year. Yeah, I'm not liking our chances in this one, especially on Gold Coast's current form. Yeah, I'm tipping the Suns.
Oh, you're going to tip the Suns too? Yeah, I'm going to tip the Suns. I mean, Richmond a bit far. And the Suns could almost be the second best side out there right at the moment. They're playing some really good football.
Wouldn't go that far. They've got to beat a few better teams. They've had a few easy kills so far. Yeah. But they've gone and won them, and they've won them away from Gold Coast.
They've won them well. That's the thing, like they're punishing sides. But you're right. They've got to play. But
that's me one little knock on them.
Yeah, no, look, I think the Tigers, they're playing at Marvel. I suppose if they're playing at the MCG, they probably end up getting maybe 5,000. So,
Marvel's look, for us basically.
My gut's telling me I should go for the Tigers, but no, Gold Coast Suns.
See, it's gone.
Yeah, and you, Mark?
Mark's
I'm going to go Gold Coast, mate. Gold Coast for me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we've lost you again as far as picture goes.
Yeah.
Gold Coast.
I'm getting double sound here now.
All right.
Yeah.
Next game.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, next game is we're on to Sunday. We've got Sydney versus Port Adelaide. Hang on, I gotta stop for a minute. This is going mental. Is that Mark?
Yes, Mark. What's he doing again?
Right. Can we boot him for a minute? This is winding me up a bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
Can you see me?
I can't see you.
Oh, fucking hell. Fuck.
This is annoying, man.
Can you see me?
No.
Okay. Sydney. Flip of the coin, Bulldogs and St Kilda. I'm going to flip the coin now because I'm over this shit. Hold on, just wait for my tips. Flip of the coin. Man. It's heads, Bulldogs and Geelong. Good night. I'll see you in about 2 minutes.
See you, mate. Yeah.
Right.
What is going on, mate?
Absolutely shocking, mate.
All right, go. Sydney, Port Adelaide. Oh, is he back? Are you back?
All right, Sydney, Port Adelaide. I think at the moment Port Adelaide can be hot and cold.
Yeah,
I mean, I know they did.
Keep him out, man.
Yeah, I know they did pretty well beating Hawthorn. I just think at the moment Port Adelaide, they're too unpredictable. But then again, Sydney's had some injuries and they got some. So I'm gonna go for Sydney.
Yeah, I'm going Sydney too. I just think at home they're a bit better. Port Adelaide, you're right, up and down. Who knows?
Yeah, Port aren't travelling well. I'm tipping Sydney as well.
All right, next one.
The next game's an interesting battle. Bulldogs and St Kilda. Both teams have had mixed results so far this season. They both played pretty well at Marvel, so I'm expecting a pretty good game. But I think the Bulldogs have Marcus Bontempelli coming back in, and he's probably my favourite player from an opposition club. I think he's an absolute star, and he helps him get the win. So I'm tipping the Dogs.
Nice. I'm picking dogs also. Yeah, you got me too. I'm picking the dogs because again, Bontempelli, they're both playing. It's at Marvel. Yeah, they both play well there, but yeah, this is this was a flip of a coin for me last night. So you just don't know. Manny?
Look, it's a tough one. St Kilda, they're very unpredictable. Have been for a long time. But then again, the Bulldogs, I'll go for the Dogs.
All right, cool. And the last game, this is a good game, man. I'm looking forward to this one.
It is a good game, mate. The Easter Monday matchup, Geelong versus Hawthorn. Again, it's one of those games where it doesn't matter what's happened in the season. It's always going to be a belting match. Hawthorn will be a bit worried after a pretty poor performance against Port.
I know, man.
But I think Geelong is starting to look good again. I wouldn't want to come up against them at the moment. Do I tip with my head and go Geelong, or do I tip with my heart and go Hawthorn? Because I actually hate Geelong as well. No, I'm going to go Geelong. I'll go Geelong. I'm not happy about it.
I'm going to go Hawthorn. I think they bounced back. That was a one-off. They played that first half was, mate. Yeah. I was in shock watching that game last. I couldn't believe what was going on. Port just had the half of their life, But Hawthorn came back nice and strong. So I'm going to go back and I'm going Hawthorn this week.
Yeah, I'm Hawthorn too.
All right, beautiful. All right, very good. So if we look at this, here we go.
I don't want to see. This is shit. How's he 8 tips in front, mate?
Because he got 8 this week, the prick, and last week I got 7.
Like 2 points?
Well, how many did I get?
7.
Yeah. So why is he 3? Why is he 3 ahead of me?
Because he was 2 ahead of you, and he got 8.
No, I was ahead of him.
24.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
You been counting properly, or
what were you on last week?
I don't know what I was on last week, but I know that our difference between me and Mark.
You were on 24 last week.
Yeah, right? I thought Mark was as well.
Mark was on 24 too.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, Mark and Manny were on 24. I was 21 and Rocco was 20.
He was on 26. He was in front.
Was he really? Wow.
Yeah. I'll have to go.
If I'm wrong.
No, I'll back you. I'll back you.
I can look at it.
So he can't get his internet sorted, but he's kicking Marks into tipping. I'm not happy with that.
Anyway, that's right.
That sucks, mate.
It is what it is.
I'm telling you, that's what it is. Unless I got it wrong, I doubt it. And let me have a quick look.
At least I'm elite at AFL fantasy, and none of you will beat me in that. That is all.
All right, I do apologize. I just did check. You're right. He was on 24.
Yeah.
So he will be on 32.
Yeah, that's 32. Good enough.
32. You're 31. Sorry, I misread it. I saw 26 into it. So you're right.
That's all right. It's all right. No problem.
He's on 30. He's on 32. You're on 31. Me and Liam are exactly right on 26. Yeah, because you were on 21. I was on 20, and we did that. Yeah. All right. Go.
Very good. That. I appreciate that. No.
All right.
Mark's gone, so that's it. All right. What a show. It's almost been 3-hour mark. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Again, Mark entertained us with he's probably got to do something to get that fixed because it is a bit annoying going in and out.
Hey, guys, if I told you, did I tell you about the bloke the father who walked into
we got Manny's joke back, have we? All right.
Give him the
father's walked into the house and he's found his daughter with lying in bed naked with a vibrator. Have I told you that joke? No. Anyway, she's left the bedroom door open, and all of a sudden the dad goes, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Dad, leave me alone. Close the door." This and that. So anyway, she came out of the room and she said, he said, "Well, what are you doing, sweetheart?" And she said, "Look, Dad, I'm 50 years old. I've got no one. Just leave me alone." Anyway, so he sort of, let it be. And then the next day she walks into the house and finds her father holding the vibrator in one hand and a can of beer in the other. And she said, Dad, what are you doing? She said, shut up. I'm having a beer with my son-in-law.
That's pretty fucking. All right. Have we got him back?
A little naughty, mate. Oh, no.
No. It's an oldie. It's an oldie, but a goodie. I hope you guys like it.
Cracking, that's it. I'm over.
Well, we were about to say goodbye, so you've come on. I know that is pretty. That's pretty fucking. That's gone. Yeah, I think you went downhill there, man.
Nah,
bit too far, mate.
That's great. Mark is back. We got Mark back. All right, so we did the tips. We just showed the thing. I did get it wrong. So you're on 32, Manny's on 31, and me and Liam on 26. So you got 8 this week, Mark.
Make it make sense.
And that's it. It's been a good show, everyone. Happy. I think we're all gonna hope everyone has a good Easter. It's going to be Easter this week, so that's it. Everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us. It's been good, man. We had a bit of a laugh. We had a few. We had no regrets come on, which is good. So we're starting to get to these people, and we're finding out they're actually not bad blokes after all, are they?
No, you're right. You're right.
They're not bad blokes after all.
If there's a Richmond supporter in the chat, please come on one day. I'd love to have a Richmond supporter. That'd be great.
Yeah, and we get a few out there. There was one there commenting earlier on about Richmond. So
there was. Get on the show, man. I want a friend.
Jimmy's there. He reckons pre-game beers. Where are you going to be, Jimmy? Where are you going to be? I'm going there with my son and that. But yeah, where are you going to be? I might meet you there before the game. They reckon I'm the king. I kind of I do agree with that. I am the king of this castle right here.
And I am the god. Ooh.
And that's it.
The golden god. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Good luck to your team.
As I said, I've got Friday off, and I can if you give me a spot, I'll bloody come down for a beer. No drama before the game. So we'll be going down to the game. It's a nice. We might go and get something to eat at lunchtime, and then get down to the game, man. So it's a good day for us. And to tell you the truth, it's probably one of those causes, the Good Friday game, and the Good Friday, which is kind of like one that I like in a way. The rest sometimes feel a bit like, I don't know, gimmicky. I don't like this. Maybe the cancer one is a pretty good one, but this Good Friday, if you've been to one, they do a good job, man. They get all the kids on the ground. You know what I mean? They make them run through the banner. They get hundreds of kids to run on the ground from the hospital, and they love it. You know what I mean? So it's actually a good thing, and you donate. And I mean, we've been used to the old boys here, man. We've been used to the Good Friday appeal all our lives, mate. We used to, when we were young, man, we used to sit there because that's all there was, 4 channels. We used to sit there and watch the Good Friday appeal all night. Remember?
That's right. Yeah.
And now I don't know. Now it feels a bit different, but I always donate. You know what I mean? So when you're helping the kids, I think it's always a good thing, man. As they say, the real winner is the kids on the day. You know, so that's
well spoken. Well spoken, Rocco, and a happy Easter to everyone.
Oh yeah, you Greeks don't get your cheap Easter eggs this year because you're doing it at the same time as everyone else.
Mate, we're doing it this year together. We've been so unlucky we don't get to find Easter eggs. No, nothing about getting cheap, mate. Once the day's over, you struggle to find them. There's no way they're going to be providing it a month later. Nah, forget it.
They cost a fortune at the moment too, man. Like fucking eggs, man. Little eggs, man. They're like $5-6, man. You got to go buy Easter eggs. It's costing you a fortune now, man. It's bad, man. Everyone's scamming you these days. Everyone's scamming you, man. Even the Easter eggs now are getting scammed, man. Come on. But anyway, listen. I would say it's been a pleasure, but it's probably like the one night I don't look forward to because really spending it with you blokes isn't my most nicest thing to do. Like it really ruins my day. But anyway, we got through it. So
that's nice, Rocco. We love you. We love you too, mate. And good luck to the rest of your teams.
Rocco Morrow in the chat's good, mate. Up as well.
Hot pies.
Thanks everyone for the chat. You've been great. We'll see you next week. May your footy team lose unless it's Carlton. Go the mighty Blue Baggers.
No. Go the Tigers. Yellow.
Happy Easter.